Yeah, we don't need no moderators right now. Well, we might need moderators once we get a little more popping. Yeah, kid. You are now live, Shannon Sharp. You cannot go live without first going to Instagram, then going to live, then pressing live. I'm being funny, but I'm not. Yeah, kid. Don't look like we live on all platforms, so let's get it. Yes. Yes, 2 times. Y'all know the vibes, though. She like, ooh la la. They go, ooh la la. She like, ooh la la. We go, ooh la la. On a Friday. Best day. Blessed day. Ooh la la. Looking for M's like I lost a friend. Hop up out the bed like, where's the bread? What it do, people? Get now tuned in. Popovich TV. We live, we rolling, we unscripted, we authentic. That feeling back up in here one more again. So if it's your first time, then the question is, where you been? Over here on my side, we like to deal with sports, hip-hop, entertainment, interviews sometimes. When the people don't be acting flaky, Popovisms 101, and of course, motivation. So before you jump off the page and Chris Brown to the left, I'm going to need you to hit that like button, that subscribe button, and smash that notification bell. So when I upload the videos, you get alerted. You get alerted when I upload the videos, and if it's not your first time and you've been rocking with the channel, good looking. But you know how I do. You know how I plainly start the show. Tony, there was no other way. We in the end game now. And we is in the end game, people. Shout out to my nigga Great Fire on the check-in on the early tip. We just starting the show. It's Friday night. You could be anywhere in the world, but I appreciate that you're here with me. And the energy is up, feeling good, feeling blessed, feeling highly favored on some just got paid shit. And I pose the question as I always pose to the people when I do pose it, because I be talking to y'all as much as I'm talking to myself. And that question is, do you ever think about when you out of here? Your record deal, video, out of here. Your Mercedes Benz and your Range Rover, all that shit out of here. Your job at the school, your job at the Foreman Mills, your job at the steel warehouse, whatever you got going on, all that shit is out of here. Now it's come with me, my child, and you off to the next. And I say that to say, you know, last Friday did the show, was feeling good. You know, the weekend was here like it is now. And death comes at, you know, no warning. You don't get no, yo, this is about to happen to you, so prepare for it. It just comes at no warning. And, you know, last Saturday, unfortunately, you know, I lost my grandpops, you know, from marriage and all that. You know, he wasn't blood related, but nonetheless, still, he been around for damn near almost 40 years. You know what I mean? Married to my grandmother. And, you know, rest in peace to him. Obviously, condolences to my family. You know, for those that's maybe watching, a lot of them don't really tune in for whatever reason. And it's all good. And it's unfortunate in the sense of, you know, we all got to go. And when you got your ride or die, I told y'all I come from a, you know, a family of people who jumped the broom. You know what I mean? They said, this is what we want to do. This is what's right. This is what we believe in. And in a lot of ways, that era is over. You know, even though one of my youngest cousins, I won't put her on blast, She just got married, I believe, last year, right? So you can add her to the list of people that's married in my family. And if you've been watching the channel, then you know I was also married and I filed for divorce, and now you know I'm single now, not married wise, even though kids be in the background. And it's disheartening. You know, we was at the the hospital, and we watch it unfold, and it's always a sad sight to see, right? But this is what I want to get to before we get to the topics that y'all tuning for, the trending topics, shit that everybody talking about. My family is no different than nobody else's family, as far as having people inside your family that rock with each other or rock with certain individuals, and then certain individuals, for whatever reason, they don't rock with. So it's like, I rock with you, Uncle Lee, Uncle Leon, whatever the case, but I don't rock with XYZ because I don't like the way their energy is. I don't like the way they talk to my son at a Thanksgiving party or a Christmas gathering, stuff that I don't celebrate. I know on the channel, we don't celebrate none of that on the channel. We don't celebrate no holidays, no Christmases, no Thanksgivings, none of that, right? However, people do, and we not knocking you if that's you, right? And you're going to come out in your own way, like the Purple Tape, Ray and Ghost. I don't like the way they talk, or, they think they better than, and you looking and you like, damn, you know what I mean? When you analyze, right? Men or women, shout outs to Rich Smokers, what's the word? Young black entrepreneurs, young black and gifted people that's pushing the culture forward on a low level, on a black independent level. And obviously you see me in the video with the brother that's the owner of, Rich Smokers with the hat and all that, etc., right? You say, damn, when you analyze and you look at things from a different lens, you say, damn, they mad over that? You say they holding grudges over that? Yet and still people that it's not their family, meaning blood-related relatives. And we all, well, I'm going to give the benefit of the doubt that people know the difference between being a blood relative and then being family. Because we, just like our skin color and our parents, we can't choose any of those things. You born into this world and you get it out the mud how you get it. You know what I mean? Dark skin, what's the word, Jermaine? You can't choose your parents. You can't choose your race. These are things that's preordained already. However, you can choose who you want to build with, who you want to lay it all on the line and dun 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 dun. Like, you can choose who you want to lay it all on the line for. And you say, damn, and my family, because we not special, and your family, because y'all not special, and whoever else family, no matter your race. You have family members, it's clicked up, they rock with each other, some don't rock with each other. And when you think of some of the things of why we don't rock with each other, you say, damn, well, why cousins such and such don't rock with auntie and them, or why auntie and them don't rock with such and such? When you get to the root of it all, you say, damn, it's over that? Like, when you think about it on a mature level, and obviously everybody is not mature, everybody is not ready for the quote-unquote adult conversations, the big boy and big girl, put your pants on, one leg at a time conversations. And you say, damn, she mad because we ain't come to Christmas? Or because you had another gathering, or you choose to go somewhere else? She mad because we didn't show up at a Christmas gathering? Whether you believe in Christmas or not. And like the Def Jam comedy, it's Christmas time. Like, what you mean you can't, what you mean the kids can't have a Christmas? It's Christmas time. And you say, no, I don't believe in that. So my beliefs is, I don't rock with that. I still rock with y'all. I still love y'all, but I don't rock with that. So I'm going to have to forego the gathering. People take that to the heart. You two cousins and you female, you like the same nigga. He like both of y'all, or so it appears that he like both of y'all. And you know, he pimping and dying. Like, oh, both of them is on me? Both of them is on my body? I'm gonna fuck both of them, right? But you thought he was for you, so you mad at your cousin, because you're like, damn, you know, that's, you know, I was crushing on him first. But he gave you the stick first. He popped and moved, then he fucked your cousin, you know what I mean? Because both of y'all scandalous. You thought you was special when he hit both of y'all. You might even got pregnant, you know what I mean? So you looking with the side eye like, damn, I was fucking with the nigga first. Then my cousin started fucking with the nigga. He got her pregnant, or he got me pregnant, and now he not fucking with neither one of us. Woo. That's hard to, you know, to understand, to comprehend, to take in, right? And whatever it may be, your kids may be in the streets, your kids went to school and college, y'all all family. But these be some of the barriers and some of the disconnect when you start to analyze and you start to dive deep on why some family don't rock with each other. You say, damn, you ain't rocking with me because of that. Like, I mean, you know, granddaddy or, you know, Uncle Rollins or cousin Tamika or whoever, you know, they into them, you know, they into the family through marriage, and, you know, he was a shitbag, he was a scumbag, or she wasn't, you know, this way. And it really is about nothing. Yet and still, people hold on strong. Like Ghostface said, holding on strong, hard to capture, you asked for it. You know what I mean? Like off the Purple tape. RZA baked the track and it's militant. Then I react like a convict and start killing shit. And you say, damn, this is what you really holding on to? It's not really worth anything. And when life is lost, as what we're talking about, before we get to the other topics, you see, you know, my family is not no different than nobody else's family. We have spits and spats over dumb shit, over petty shit, over shit that don't really matter. And, you know, when life is lost and the Most High say, come, my child, do you ever think about when you out of here? You say, damn, I didn't get to spend enough time. Damn, I didn't get to give the proper condolences. Damn, I let my lust for a dude that ain't rocking with me or with my other cousin. He just was out for what he could get, and he got both of us. And one of y'all's left holding the bag may even be a child. Y'all know, some of y'all are scandalous, right? Where the ladies at? Where the ladies at? Where the niggas at, right? Fuck niggas, get money. Fuck bitches, get money. And you say, damn, you know what I mean? Or, you know, your father married into another family. He left your mom's, or your mom's getting on his nerves. And now he, you know, playing stepdad to a whole nother family. Like, whatever it is. What I want to say is, before we get off the topic, if it's not that serious, then just let it be. You know what I mean? Like, just let it be. Don't let it sever the ties of your family. Sever the ties of you and the relationships that you cultivate, because it's over some bum, stupid shit. You know what I mean? Blackface International, what's the word, right? Like, a lot of families is like this. You'll go to Thanksgiving, which I don't celebrate. You'll go to Christmas. You'll go to whatever it is, game night, family night. Certain people won't pop out. They won't pop up. And when you're like, oh, these particular cousins don't rock with each other because of this. When you really sit back and you think about it, you say, damn, that shit ain't about nothing. It's not really worth the severing of the ties. And the good book, you know, which I try to follow is to the best of my ability, says, don't sever the ties, right? You should reverence the wounds that bore you. And a lot of times, but you're black. And I'm sure it happens in other races, other communities, right? But I only can speak about my experience, how I view it, how I see it. Like Marlon Lawrence said, I gotta talk. I gotta talk about my life and how I see it. And D-Love, what's the word? D-Love 39, what's the word? Nah, when I don't speak to my cousins, it be about something. Sometimes it do, and sometimes it don't. But this is where I want to end before we start the show. Like, this is just the opening of the show, right? It'd be like women be best of friends, then you fuck the same nigga cause you was crushing on the same nigga, and like Big said, don't blow up my spot cause we both got high. And you say, damn, that was my cousin. She fucked Charles. I fucked Charles. He got me pregnant. He not fucking with neither one of us, but it's an issue. No, you choose wrong. Charles wasn't fucking with none of you, right? He just wanted the buns. You end up getting pregnant and keeping the baby. The old keeper nigga baby, right? Like, because he taking his real family, right? On some Eddie Griffin shit. And now you're looking at your cousin sideways like she backdoored you. No, he was going to fuck anyone he could fuck who was going to give the buns up. Both of y'all just happen to be so easy. Ladies, like where the ladies at? Both of y'all was easy. He fucked and kept it moving. Now you holding the bag, which is the child. And you mad. You mad that both of y'all fucked him, right? Or it's over like some bullshit. But my thing is like people won't forgive their family, but you'll forgive a nigga in the street that fucked both of y'all. You'll forgive one of your mans or somebody that did you dirty, did some shiesty shit. You back running with them. But the family member, you like, nah, you know, family don't supposed to do me dirty. I lost my crib. I lost my job. I was doing fuck boy shit, fuck girl shit. I needed a place to stay. My aunt was like, nah, I got my 2 kids that's living with me. I got my baby father or the nigga I'm fucking. I really don't got no room for you to come stay on my couch. I really don't. Like, I love you. You know, you come to family gatherings. We grew up together. We went to the same Catholic school together. But I can't really have you move in because your girl kicked you out and you was living with a woman you shouldn't have been living with. You can't afford your own place, so you fall on hard times. And, you know, I say that fully aware of some of my uncles had to come live with us. Some of my cousins had to live with us. And, you know, my mom, she's a loving person. She gonna bring them all in, you know what I mean? And it's like, you know, cousin such and such gonna be with us. They gonna be on the couch. They having problems with their wife, their girlfriend. They got kicked out or they lost their job or whatever it is. You trying to throw the alley-oop so they living with you or they not living with you because you're like, nah, I can't, I don't got the room. I don't have the space for you. Now you hating on your family, but you'll forgive a nigga or a chick that do some shit to you, but not your family. Years go by. And then you see them at the funeral. Like I will be going to a funeral next Saturday. Like I said, I lost my grandfather, unfortunately. I will be going to a funeral. And I will be speaking at said funeral, right? And you look at your relatives. You say, damn, you forgave your friend. You fought your friend over some dumb shit. And what you really mad over your family member that didn't really cross the lines like that. Not for you to have a hardcore stance against them. And you say, what it's really for? And I'll just end with this on this particular topic, right? Referencing sports, which we do on this channel. Sports, hip-hop, entertainment, right? When you see a lot of the champions, whether it's hockey, basketball, football, soccer, you know, whatever it is, right? For the champions, those that make it to the top of the top and become the best around. And nothing's ever gonna keep you down. Like you the best, you and your team, y'all made it to the heights of the heights and you the best around. What a lot of them say. Say, yo, I'm riding or die for my teammates on and off the field. We build some type of camaraderie. I rock with them off the field. We need to get to know each other outside of the field. Who's your family? Who's your mom? Let's go to London together, Japan, or wherever you see like, you know, they go. And that's all sports. And they win the championship. You say, outside of the talent, outside of the X's and O's, why did y'all win? Because a lot of teams got talent. A lot of teams got, you know, 1A, 1B, 1B, 1A, you know, the top of the top. Why did you win? And they say, nah, outside of playing ball, we go eat together. My moms and them know him. We eat, you know, we go eat together. My sons play with his sons. And to quote Wu-Tang, my seeds grow with his seeds, marry his seeds. That's how we keep Wu-Tang money all up in the family. You say, all right, that's how they did it. Because they went to Germany together. They bonded together. They found some common ground, some common denominator off the court of why they're going to ride for each other. And that's what black folks need to do. We need to ride for each other, especially our family. Don't let some bum-ass nigga that fucked you and your cousin because y'all was thirsty and you thought he was handsome fuck your relationship up. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, that the Wu-Tang skin is epic. Like, you know what I'm saying? Fact. But let's get into this though, right? We all for the family vibes. It's Friday. Hopefully we have a great show for y'all tonight. You know what I'm saying? Let's talk about this Mayor Adams shit and get to how they raided his crib, indicted him, put the secret indictment on him. Did you unseal the indictment? Bring his ass to court this morning for the arraignment. He pleaded not guilty. And y'all seeing the clip spinning in the clip, as I like to say. And, you know, I'm not saying he's guilty. I'm not saying he's innocent. As a person that's been in this system, I'm not innocent. I'm not no angel. I've been to prison 3 times for crimes that I did commit. Get over here. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm not the Mike Sons or any other people. Like, nah, I didn't do that. It was a mistaken identity. It was this, it was that. I didn't rob the cab driver. I didn't do this, I didn't do that. Nah, Lee pulled out the burners. Lee did what he did. I got caught for said crimes. Then I had to go upstate. That's what we're talking about, right? I'm not saying he's guilty. I'm not saying he's innocent. What he's saying is Kareem Akbar. He is the true leader of the CNB. And if I'm going down, I'm taking you niggas with me. He like, yo, it's been a conspiracy theorist to convict me, to warm me up to the crowd, and warming up came in the DNC, who he's a part of. They want me because I had the nerve, I had the balls to speak out about the immigrant migrants, the illegals coming over here in droves. And Joe Biden, Sleepy Joe, Kamala Harris, the Indian red dot Indian who's black now. And that's y'all for believing her, right? And I don't know if she's black or not. I know Candace Owen is doing a whole big documentary on her and her blackness. But I'll say this, even with my pops being another, like, and my mom's being black and light skinned, nobody never questioned my blackness. And just think about that as black folks, right? Like, no matter who you voting for, you can vote for whoever you vote for. If you rock on my channel, I appreciate you. But you know I'm not a Democrat. I'm not a Republican. I'm independent, and I feel we should get something for our vote. I don't wake up in the morning drinking a Democrat juice no matter what they pushing. I don't wake up in the morning drinking the Republican juice no matter what they pushing. And since the political cycle has been spinning, you get to sit back and look and say, damn, these niggas don't care what the party is saying because they pledge allegiance to the United States of America and the Democratic Party or the Republican Party. It don't matter if it's some crazy shit they saying, they gonna spin it in a way that, nah, justification of why I'm on this side or why I'm on this side. And I pride myself on that. Even though I'm not the most educated, I didn't been to college, I got my GED up north, I know how to count 1, 2, 3, and it is what it is, right? I'm not a PhD, I don't got a master's, I don't got an associate's, I don't got none of that shit, and I don't need that. Because like Kanye said, some people graduate, but they still stupid. Tell you, read this, read that. You be like, damn, you got a degree, my G? You got a degree, sister, but you still falling for the banana in the tailpipe? No pause is needed. Damn, you stupid. Like, you stupid. How you fall for that? Anyway, back to the Eric Adams, right? He like, yo, I was speaking about the migrant crisis, how they was coming in droves. The shit wasn't gonna go well for the city. You know, Texas found the loophole, how to send them our way, send them to Chicago, send them over here and send them over there, and on some Oprah Winfrey shit. You get a bus full of migrants. You get a bus full of migrants. They get a bus full of migrants. Like, all these democratic cities, if you will, right? Y'all gonna get these migrants and y'all gonna get this work, and you better put them up in them tents. You better put them up in them schools. You better put them up in them hotels. You better figure it out on how you gonna deal with it. You say, damn, he spoke out about it. Don't seem like it's really much worth of anything. They're gonna come down on you and rain on you and put you in the spin cycle of committing, fraud and bribery, and the Turkish government issuing you favors, order to be the mayor and get some extra freaking flying mileage? Huh? Like, shit don't sound right. Like, it don't sound right at all. And I'm saying, damn, I'm sitting back saying, all right, you speaking up against Joe Biden, you speaking up against Kamala Harris, however you decide to say her name, right? They're going to come down on you like this and say you committing fraud. They're going to say you committing bribery. They're going to look at your whole team. Like, this shit is like some Power series. When Angela Valdez was looking at ghosts and all of them, and they got May Adams at the top and his pyramid circle of councilmen. And today, they while she was on vacation in Japan or, wherever she was coming from, Ingrid Willis Martin, right? The black chick. And you said she knew Mayor Adams for over 40 years. Her husband, who was in the academy with Mayor Adams, then they went to the transit, being transit cops and ultimately being, New York's finest, right? She knew them for a long time. She said, all right, I get you. Looking at them when they was doing their daily press conferences, and this is not 100% facts. It's opinion. It's opinion based. It's my observation. It's just my gut feeling, or even I'll dare to say hunch, right? On looking at people, analyzing people, looking at them in their body language, how they rock their clothes, how they address the public, how they move. And nothing for nothing, I'm looking at her, I'm looking at the other light-skinned joint with the dread she married, looking at his, his counsel, sometimes on News One, when they giving a addressing to the public on different issues, and the reporters is asking them questions. And I'm not saying any of them are guilty. I'm not saying all of them is innocent. I'm not saying none of that. What I'm saying is I look at them when they doing these press conferences and they speaking on the topics at hand. Look at you with the Chanel chain on, the Chanel earrings, your little pearls, right? Looking at your weave, your clothes, your blouse, looking at how you reacting to certain questions that the media is asking you or asking Mayor Adams. I'm watching your body language. I'm watching how you handling the situation. And again, I don't know if they're guilty. I don't know if they're doing some corrupt shit. I wouldn't even get up here and say, yo, I know for a fact that they're doing some corruption, because I don't. So I will be lying. And I wouldn't be being full transparency. And as I quote on my show, we like to deal with full transparency. That means I can see you if you're not hiding, and you definitely can see me if your page is not private. Like, come on in, you know what I'm saying? Just watching her, watching the other lady, you know what I mean, and how they host or hold a press conferences. And I say, Keith Sweat, something, just saying right. And I said, you knew Mayor Adams for almost 40 years. Your husband and him been to the academy. You one of the top advisors, and they raised your crib today. Today she was not the straw that broke the camel's back, because he already was arraigned today. He went in and pleaded not guilty, had his lawyer standing with him. He like, we're gonna fight this to the end, and as he should. He should be able to go through his due process. You know what I mean? If you're guilty, we're gonna find out if you're guilty. If you're innocent, then you shouldn't be looked at as guilty in the public eye until we know for a fact that you're guilty. I totally believe that. But he like, yo, I knew this was coming. This is a day we was looking for, and you know, the DNC or the government, Joe Biden. And I'm sitting there saying, damn, my brother, you are the Democratic Party. You are the mayor of New York City. You know what I mean? Like Kelly Holcomb is over you, how she got in. You got elected in, you know, over Bill de Blasio, and after he left, his whole fiasco. You know, and looking at all of the partying he was doing, popping up in Israel, popping up in Puerto Rico. And I'm saying, damn, the Turkish government got to you for some extra flyer mileage or some extra, you know, like, not even don't seem like a lot. You sold your soul, so to speak, for that? It doesn't make sense. And Trump has something to say about it. Let's see if I got the clip. Let's see if we got the clip. We've been saving a lot of things, a lot of shit to talk about today. Here you go, right here. Trump had this to say.
I watched about a year ago when he talked about how the illegal migrants are hurting our city and the federal government should pay us and we shouldn't have to take them. And I said, you know what? He'll be indicted within a year. And I was exactly right, because that's what we have. We have people that use the Justice Department and the FBI at levels that have never been seen before. So I wish him luck. I don't know anything about what he did, but I told a lot of people right over there, that group was saying, you so you were right about that. When they mentioned that, I said, they came in and he was pretty strong about it. He said, this is really unfair to make us carry this burden. We shouldn't be doing this. This is New York City. I mean, your parks are loaded up. I just passed recently Madison Avenue, the Roosevelt Hotel. It's like nobody would recognize it. That's Midtown. But he came out very strongly against it. He was right, by the way, because it's ruining our country. He was honest. And I said, he will be indicted within a year. And that's what happened. And I noticed the indictment's very old. It goes back a long time. Well, I had the same thing. They went way before the statute of limitations.
Back.
So I wish him well, but I said that he will be indicted because he did that. You take a look, that's what they do. These are dirty players. These are bad people. I will say this. I watched about it.
These are bad people, right? And I'm not a Trump supporter. I ain't rocking with Trump. I'm not rocking with Kamala. If I do vote, it's not probably going to be for neither one of them, just so we clear. I'm leaning towards Dr. Cornel West, and if I don't vote for him, I'm going to vote for Dr. Jill Stein. That's where I'm leaning at. I'm not really with the Kamala train. I'm not with the Trump train, right? But when you hear Trump say, you know, he was right, you know what I'm saying? West Side, TG, what's the word? When you hear Trump say, you know, Mayor Adams was right as far as the migrants and the illegals, I say, damn. Mayor Adams, you the mayor of one of the biggest cities in the world. And just because you spoke out about the migrants and the migrant crisis, this is how they're going to do you? This is how they're going to play it? They're going to make you go down with the ship and find you, you know, guilty of bribery and federal fraud and accepting money and favors from the Turkish government? What? Like, it doesn't make sense. Yet you listen to Mayor Adams, he's like, we knew this was coming. We knew, you know, the DNC, which he's a part of, was going to do me like this. And I said, damn. If he's telling the truth, then that means Trump probably got to be telling the truth. And I'm not a Trump supporter. Again, I got to keep saying that for the people that may just be tuning in. I'm not Democrat, I'm not Republican. I don't give a fuck about neither one. I look at the government as one entity, and they want to keep the status quo. That's how I see it, right? I say, damn, Mayor Adams is saying, yo, These niggas is out to get me. Like Illuminati want my mind, soul, and my body. Secret society, trying to keep their eye on me. But I'ma stay incognito in places they can't find me. Make my moves strategically on some prodigy shit. And then you hear Trump say, nah, they weaponize the legal system. It's the Democratic Party. It's the it's the Democrats and the DAs and the district attorneys, etc. They trying to do me. You say, we don't believe him when he say it, because he's guilty, facing 33 charges or whatever the criminal charges is. He's a white motherfucker, right? Do you believe Mayor Adams? Is Mayor Adams telling the truth? Do you believe him, or right off the rip, before any due process is done, before he have his day in court, are you like, nah, he did it, black motherfucker, he's guilty? How do you view it, right? And again, they just ran down on Ingrid Willis Martin. She was on vacation. Soon as she pull up to the LaGuardia the terminal, let me get your phone, let me get this. They got her apartment or her house all on the news for any random person to see. And I'm watching, I say, damn. Anybody that didn't know where she lived, know where she lived now. And what about the Texas if it's not just a work phone, right? Imagine she was, she been with her husband for a little while, and I'm just throwing this out there. Imagine they was being a little freaky while she was in Japan, he was back home, she wanted to send him a little twerk video. When you gotta hand your phone over, your laptop and your electronics, you get to see the message I just was texting, my nephew or my daughter or my son. It's not like you're just looking at exactly what I was texting Mayor Adams. You're looking at everything on my phone, and so, it's no privacy, it's violation of privacy, but it's under, the law of, Homeland Security, or we got a case. So we get to see everything that you was just texting and thinking about. Everything you just was online looking at. You was on Lobster Tube, looking at some beefy meat. Like whatever you was looking at. Well, what you on? Pornhub, you in Japan, but your phone was looking at, Amazon, whatever you was thinking about buying. We have access to all that. And so I just say, like, I don't know if Mayor Adams is guilty. I don't know if he's innocent. I don't know if the DNC is trying to politicize whatever point they're trying to make and make him the fall guy because of the illegal migrants and, the whole migrant fiasco. I know the borders need to be shut down, or that's my opinion. I think, we need to stop taking people in at record-breaking numbers. It's hurting the society. It's hurting the economy. It's hurting, but you're black. And people that's over here, just regular Americans. You changing the schools into shelters and hotels into shelters, and people is online arguing whether shit is black jobs and not black jobs and what's black jobs, and you got a black job. And, it's just like, are they going to vote? Are they not going to vote? The Democrats need our vote, right? And it's all political now, and it's politics as usual, as they say. And I say, damn, this shit is wild, wild, crazy. I don't know if he's innocent. I don't know if he's the fall guy. What I will say is, me personally, I'm going to wait and see. Will he have to resign, as people are saying he should? People, the bigwigs of, New York City, Holcomb and, other top brasses of the Senate and, the councilmen, etc. They're like, he should have his day in court. He should have his due process. Some people like, yeah, like today was a perfect day. You spend 2 hours, 2.5 hours in court, when that's taken away from you running the city of over, 9 million, 10 million people, or whatever the number is in New York. And I'm from New York, like whatever the number is. How are you going to do both? It's hard. It's going to be hard for you to do both. And you hear him yesterday at the rally, people is heckling them, people is saying shit by him. And I'll just end with this, as far as Mayor Adams is concerned, right? He like, yo, I'm innocent. They framing me. This shit is old, as even Trump said, like the indictment, shit is going way back. Like he just appointed, I guess, the chief of police. They looking back at shit that happened over 20 years ago. You say, oh damn, over 20 years ago? And y'all just looking at him now? Why are you looking at him now? The smart guy, what's the word, my guy? You know what I mean? Why are you looking at him now? Is he right in that regards? Is he wrong in that regards? Or is it he's made to be the fall guy? And oh, but you're black. Soon as some black folks get in power, soon as we have a little bit of motion or movement, here they come with the monkey wrench like, now you corrupt. Now you accepted some money for some foreign lands and just to get some flights and you get flown, pretty much like to get flown out, they was accepting money, to keep certain nightclubs or certain buildings open. And it's like, it's not even worth it. As the mayor, I'm sure you're not getting paid that much, but you got to be getting paid more than the average. You got to be getting paid more than 100,000, 80,000, and you got all the power and influence in the world. So for you to crash out, so to speak, right, with some bullshit just to get some little perks, it doesn't really make sense to me. And we'll see as it play out, right? I want to get into this shit right here. Some shit Diddy said. And I'm going to be right back. Drinking a lot of water before the show. Where's this Diddy shit at? Hold on, let me look at it this way. Let me look at it this way, right? Here, go right here. We're going to continue to stay on politics for a brief moment. And I'm going to be right back because this is like a 2-minute clip or whatever. And despite your views of Diddy, how they spinning him in the clip, with the baby oil, with the freak offs, with him being a monster, you know what I mean? Like, he's the big fish on the hook. They painting a narrative for you to view him a certain way. And we know with Diego or Diegui, the liquor company that he was sued and he was with and he was the front man for. He also had the voter die. P. Diddy run the city. He got the keys to the city. As Cam recently just came out. And like they offered him the key of the city, but he rejected it. This is him talking to Charlamagne. I had never heard this interview before, but this is what he's talking about. And I'm going to be right back.
And it's called Our Black Party. Okay. It's time for us to have our own black political party, unapologetically. Because right now, if you look at the debates, we're not even a part of the conversation.
Not at all.
We're not a part of the conversation. We don't have any political power. We don't have any political leverage. And so we started Our Black Party with some young, fearless black activists, elected officials, and I've stepped up and put the money behind it. Mm-hmm. This is the biggest threat and the only option that we have right now as far as making a change, taking our own self-responsibility and accountability to be educated and empowered with our vote.
So what's the goal for Our Black Party?
Our Black Party's number one goal is to unify behind a black agenda. Mm-hmm. That's it. Mm-hmm. You could be a part of the Democratic Party, the Republican Party, you could be an independent, but if you're black, you wasn't born Republican, you wasn't born Democrat, you wasn't born independent, you was born black. Mm-hmm. And we have to seize our political power because it'll just be more the same. Being pushed this way, being pushed that way, and we expecting a different result. Mm-hmm. But the definition of insanity is like doing the same thing over and over the same way, expecting a different result, and it's not going to happen. Mm-hmm. So we have to change the tone. We got to start with us stepping up and really taking the responsibility and accountability to be a part of this political movement.
The hardest part of that is going to be getting other black people to buy into it.
This is not for all black people. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? This is not for the scary ones. Mm-hmm. This is for the ones that want to move things forward and want to get to the smoke. A black person spends an average of like 5 hours on Instagram a day. Mm-hmm. If you could give Instagram that time, 15 minutes you could give to educating yourself. And Our Black Party's that platform. So when we get down to the local elections, when we get down to the school board, we get down to the judges and the justices, that's so confusing for us. We've never played this game. This is another level of gangster. But I played this game before, I started in 2004 when voted died, and this is the evolution of that thought, of that empowerment, of that independence, of us taking self-accountability, so we're not caught with our pants down like this election. Right now, we're not gonna get nothing. We caught with our pants down. We're not organized. We're not ready to really take this on. I went through the experience of politics. I played the game with the Democratic Party. The people that I went and campaigned for, after they got elected, I don't feel like they really did anything to change the reality of black people. Like I was blessed enough to find God come to me and tell me my purpose. And he told me my purpose is to play a part in saving the black race. The Vote or Die Diddy was about politics and, you know, trying to be supportive. And also, you know, they kind of guilt us in the votings, you know. But as I evolved, I realized this is a business. This is a transaction. This is the closest thing to the streets than the streets that I've seen. I'm launching one of the.
All right, folks, that's a lot to unpack. If you like me and you haven't heard that before, you like, oh shit, my ears, my eyes, like, what's going on? I said, damn, okay, Diddy. Okay, P. Diddy run the city. They guilt us into voting. Oh, if you don't vote for me, you're not black enough. Oh, but you're black. Kamala Harris. You know, the first black woman, you got to vote for her. If you don't vote for her, if you vote for Trump, and again, I'm not Trump or Harris. I'm not voting for neither one of them. I'm probably going to pick one of the lesser candidates, even though they're probably not going to win. Just so we clear with my political views, where I stand, right? Oh, she black. How you not going to vote for the first black American, or the first woman in women's power and Wonder Twins deactivate? And I said, all right, cool. They, you know, when you say that you thinking about going in a different direction, all eyes is on you. Like Tupac. All eyes on you. Live life as a thug nigga till a dead die. Live life as a thug nigga. Steady getting high. Like, all eyes is on you when they looking at you like, oh, what's wrong with you, Negro? You not voting for Kamala? You not voting for Kamala? First black president and first woman president? Woo woo. She's an alpha. She's a kappa. Like, pump the brakes. She ain't got no policies that I like. She talking in circles and you got me going in circles. She's not the candidate for me. I'm voting for XYZ, right? He like, yo, they shame us into voting Democrat. They caught us with our pants down. Pause, right? Pausellini. We're going to talk about that in a minute. They shame us. They guilt us, and we get nothing. Like Chaz Boswick talking to the children of Thanos in the end game. You know, Thanos will have nothing but dust and blood. And she said, well, we got dust and blood to spare. You get nothing but dust and blood. You get nothing over here. You get nothing. You could, you know, campaign us, champion us, do all that other shit you got to do for us. But once we get in, once we get them cheeks and we bend you over, pull your hair, push your head to the floor, put my feet on your head, cozy souls. Once we do you filthy, you get nothing. We just was gaming you. And let me put you on the game. I'm going to show you where the Bloods at, where the Crips at, show you where they pitch crack, where they pitch at. Let me put you on the game. Like, I'm going to put you on the game. I'm going to do you dirty from the back. I'm going to massage your earlobe. Tell you look beautiful. Tell you look pretty. Tell you the gorgeousest woman in the world. And you a baddie. That's what I'm going to tell you. Then after I get what you can't get back on some AZ shit, just give me what you can't get back. Like, once a man hit, ladies, you can't get that back. You could, whether the dick is whack, whether it's amazing, no matter how, you know, the sexual experience is. Once you give him that, you can't get that back. The black light, what's the word? You're not getting that back. And so what he's saying is, he's probably more qualified than a lot of us, because they used him to get our vote. You know what I'm saying? Did he run the city? Vote or die. They used him and his platform and his celebrityism, his popularity to sway our vote. So it's like, shit, P. Diddy run the city. Show no pity. I'm the Willie One. Frank the Crook from the Brook. Matty broke of your connect. Like, you looking at Diddy, you're like, oh, he's voting Democrat, so I'm going to vote Democrat. Oh, he's voting for Barack Obama, and everybody voted for Barack Obama. I voted for Barack Obama, and that's the only time in history that I voted. Because I look at the government, you know, with the side eye, like they not for us. They not rocking with me. They not doing nothing for me. They're not doing nothing for my family, right? Oh, but you're black. They're not doing nothing for us. So why should I vote for them? But when it came to Obama, obviously history, my president is black, my Lambo is blue, and I be goddamn if them rims ain't too. I'm like, nah, I'm voting for Obama. It's the coolest man in the planet. Like, know what I mean? He cool in the other side of the pillow. I'm definitely voting for Obama. So when that's the only person I voted for. I'm not a Democrat, I'm not a Republican. You could be stern on who you want to vote for, Republican, Democrat, you know, whatever you view as the right side, I'm cool with that. I'm just telling you, for me, when you watch my channel and you listen to my views, if you choose to listen, I speak from the middle. I speak from an independent, like who's giving us the most, who I think is better for us. Diddy was Democrat. And before all the accusations, before all 100 bottles of, well, thousands of bottles of baby oil and all of the video evidence, they was using him as a tool, as a puppet, to help us get the Democratic vote. And in that video I just played, he like, yo, vote or die. Diddy run the city. I did all this. I laid in bed with the Democrats. This is what he said. This is not my words. I'm not interpreting. This is what he said. That's why I played the video. He like, and what I learned from that, because I'm better now, that's why we need our black party. This is what the video was about. He like, we need our black party. Yeah, Robert Kennedy, he renounced his presidency. He endorsed Trump now. But Diddy like, yo, I know what it's like to be a pawn of the Democrats, to lay in bed with the Democrats, to champion the Democrats. And this is what they did. They used me. They got the votes that they needed. And then after that, after you hit me from the back, no pause, because I don't play those games. After you hit Shorty from the back, you pulled the hair, you put your feet on the head while you was giving the backstrokes, Deathstroke. Deathstroke is the best stroke or some big shit. Then you ain't call no more. She like, damn, why Big don't call me no more? First you fuck me, then you fuck my friend, and all of a sudden Big don't want to fuck with me no more. Right. Because he got your most valuable thing, ladies. Like, where the ladies at? Where the ladies at? You let them spit some game at you. What's your shoes? What's your size? Soon as he buy that wine, I just creep up from behind. And after I get that you like to be, joked and laughed with, you like to be told that you pretty and, you the baddest and the fairest of them all, I take you back to the hotel. Cheese, eggs, and Welch's grape. Conversate for a few. Because in a few, we going to do what we came to do. Ain't that right, boo? True. I get your vote. Then I tell you, I'm busy now. My wife is calling me now. I'm doing overtime now. I'm just really not that into you, sweetie. I just wanted to fuck. You let me fuck. And now, thank you for your vote. You can go that way. That's what they do. And that's what he said. He like, yo, after the election, and they used me, Diddy run the city and vote or die, they don't got no words for us. They don't got nothing on the back line for us. It's like, nah, thank you for your cooperation. Thank you for coming out. Thank you for rallying the troops, but you get no tangibles. You get you get nothing. You get dust and blood, like Thanos said. And so he like, yo, based off my experience, based off me laying in bed with the Democratic Party, we need our own party. And that's what I'm with. So you can view him as a domestic abuser, because he whipped Cassidy ass and I'm not making light of that. Like, that video was cringe. It was horrible. But some of your cousins and them, they did worse than that. And you still rocking with them. Some of your family members did worse than that. They locked them down when you like, free the bros. So I don't want to hear shit. I don't want to hear he's the worst thing in the world. I don't want to hear that. When the case is over and we see all of the evidence, you know, if they not framing him, then we'll see. But as of right now, they used Diddy. They was with Diddy. He was the guy. And he was telling them, like, nah, after, you know, my little political run, my political, you know, observations, we need our own shit. We need our smart own grassroots individuals that can think, that's going to push the culture forward for black interests. You was born black. Oh, but you're black. You wasn't born a Democrat. You wasn't born a Republican. You was born black. And some of y'all niggas is black and ugly as ever. However, you stay Gucci down to the socks. Like, some of y'all is black and ugly as ever. I'm being funny, but I'm not. Some of y'all niggas is hard. Some of y'all niggas is hard, right? Shout out to my nigga Blackface, right? His name is Blackface. Some of y'all niggas is horrid. You giving up your vote for nothing. And then Ice Cube, the nigga you love to hate, right? Straight out of Compton, crazy motherfucker named Ice Cube, from the gang called Niggas with Attitudes. He like, yo, here's go the platinum plan. This is what we should, you know, present to the Democrats, to the Republicans. He said Donald Trump and them at least took a peek at it. What you talking about, Ice Cube? What you want to get out? What you asking for y'all to give us out, for y'all to give us your vote? And he like, yo, this is what we want. This is what we looking at. These are the statistics. These are the numbers. Joe Biden them ain't look at that shit at all. Fuck your vote, nigga. And if you don't vote for me, in fact, you ain't black enough. Ain't cold enough. Send that shit back to Sealy. Ain't cold enough. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you want some lemonade? Bitch, it ain't cold enough. Before you even take a swallow or sip, it ain't cold enough. Send that shit back to the kitchen. Heat it up some more. Put some more ice cubes in that shit. And you say, damn, Diddy is on to something. Could this be the reasons why they doing what they doing to him? I don't know. I don't know if he's guilty. I don't know if he's innocent. I know I'm not going to get on the social media networks and start downing the black man again. You know, now they're bringing up Pac and Big. Did he offer him? Was he involved? We'll see. But I'll say this. If Mayor Eric Adams is saying that they out to get me, if the government is out to get you, where you going to run to? Who you going to run to? On some Escape shit? Jermaine Dupri and them ugly bitches from Escape? You going to fuck RuPaul before you fuck them ugly bitches from Escape? Who you going to run to? Because if the government got it out for you, it ain't no place to run. It ain't no place to hide. They're going to make it look the way they want to make it look. And that's it. You can't escape that. You can't fight that because your hands is not that long enough to box with the government. It's just not. They got people in high places. They got specialists. They got trained killers, professional killers. They got lawyers and money, and it's the government. Like what the dude said in Avengers Part 2, when they was going to get the staff. I can't think of the staff right now. And my phone is going off right now. I'm not sure why. But we're going to be back live in a second. We removed your content. Wow. Why y'all hating? Y'all really on some real bullshit. Instagram, y'all been on some bullshit lately. You crest with you, man. Ain't nobody view nobody about no bullshit. Yeah, man, you misunderstood the content. Ain't nobody do nothing bad. It was to raise awareness. Come on now. What do you want? Why do you want another view? Yeah, you misunderstood what the fuck I was saying, dumbasses. Shit is stupid. But when you live on somebody else's platform, this is what they do to you. But we live, we rolling, we unscripted. It's all good. We're just gonna restart again. Oh shit. And in my lives for no reason. Ain't nobody threatening nobody, ain't nobody calling nobody out. We just talking about politics. Jay-Z politics as usual. Like, you know what I'm saying? Anyway, they used Diddy. We didn't get nothing for it. Ice Cube, the nigga you love to hate, he had a plan to present to both parties. One party took a little peek. One party rejected it, sent you on your way. And we can learn from that. Because regardless, again, of how many baby oils or whatever you looking at, you know what I mean, how you viewing him, what he said is the absolute truth. We need our own party. We need people that's fully vested and invested in us. What our views is, what our political, wants are, how we see ourselves moving forward. We need that. Everybody else got to accept us. So I'm rocking with Diddy on that. Could that be a reason that they shut him down? Shut him down? Shut him down? I don't know. I kind of think it is though. I ain't gonna lie. I kind of think it is. Let's get to this though, right? Let's get to Young Dolph. We ain't in game because Young Dolph, the killers, allegedly, you know what I mean, of Young Dolph, or at least one of them, what's the brother name that we did? We got the clip of that. See, when we start talking about black on black, they gonna let it rock. When I'm talking politics and all, they want to shut my channel down and say the content is removed and a whole bunch of fuck bubblegum shit. You know what I mean? When it's black on black, but you're black, it's not an issue. It wasn't no hate speech, it wasn't no none of that. We was talking about Diddy and what he said we need to do, and I agree with him. Anyway, let's look at this right here. It's talking about Young Dolph, right?
Found you guilty of conspiracy to commit first-degree murder, and convicted felon in possession of a firearm. As the 13th juror, I affirm this verdict. As to the first-degree murder, I sentence you to life in prison.
Life in prison.
I will set punishment as to the conspiracy and the convicted felon in possession of a firearm after a sentence. The jury having found you guilty.
So it says a post has surfaced from the account of Justin Johnson. That's the person who has been found guilty of, doing the deed on Young Dolph. Then got like 2 other co-defendants that hasn't been tried yet. It's in the makings. He was just the first domino to fall. So he got a post that says, following the guilty verdict of murder of Young Dolph, it says these niggas taking criminal responsibility. I'm taking street responsibility. Regardless, I'm forever the biggest. They can throw away the keys before I eat the cheese. Oh, hold on, let me rewind on some nice shit, like rewind this shit. The song Rewind. So you the biggest at what? Exactly. What are you the biggest at? And you taking street responsibility. How so, my guy? And it's a picture of him. It's a post that has him right there next to Young Dolph, and it's like, this shit is, it's not shocking and amazing when you put the beat on. If you watch my channel, I often play and say, when you put the beat on, I'm not shocked and amazed. And I'm not shocked and amazed because we see this often, we see this all the time, right? Let me see if I can find it for you real quick. Young Dolph, Young Dolph, Young Dolph. I know I did save it. Or maybe, you know what, maybe I didn't save it. Maybe I did this on YouTube. I like the video of it. That's what I did.
Let me make sure I understand.
Pardon me, y'all. Where's the video of Young Dolph at? With the brother that's partying right next to him. The dude that's that just got sentenced to life, Justin Johnson. It's a video of him where Young Dolph is in the front. I guess they at a club. And like he right there on the sideline in the back, like you the entourage. And the video was saying, watch them niggas that's be close to you. Make sure they do what they supposed to do, cause you know they be thinking about smoking you. Never person knew nowadays it's the ways. Watch them niggas that's close to you. Make sure they do what they supposed to do, cause you know they be thinking about smoking you. Never person knew nowadays it's the ways. This is a fake gun from the Deadpool movie. And that's a Nas reference from It Was Written album, one of his best albums, by the way. And it couldn't be more true. When you look at certain histories, certain events that take place with street niggas, drug dealer niggas, but you black, gang niggas, and you say, damn, who killed him? Like, not his right-hand man. Not his man, you end up fucking his sister or you end up fucking his cousin. Like, these the niggas that killed him? And you thinking they paid him full, you know, the Alpo. Obviously, he's gone now, right? Kill Rich. You know what I mean? Oh, how many bricks you got in the bag? Pop you off, kill you off. And you say, damn, are you surprised? Because I'm not. The streets don't love nobody. And he's just the first domino to fall. I thought I had the video where they showing him, you know, in the back. But it is what it is, definitely him. And I say, damn, right now that the case is going to trial, because I think unfortunately Dolph got young Dolph, Adolf, or you know, whatever you call him. I think he got killed in 2022, you know what I mean? 2022 or maybe even 2021. The trial took a little long to develop and obviously take place. But I think it's 2022, right? Anyway, now we at the trial. Shot him up at the cookie store, Michaela, whatever the store is. And some of the details, I'm not going to get all right as far as like the names and when you read the story, because it's a lot. And on my channel, although we want to be accurate, we want to be precise, this doesn't really matter as far as the year, who exactly, why over, was it over money? You hear the DA in this case and the prosecutor, they cite Yo Gotti. They cite his brother who was killed, right? His older brother that got killed. And it was supposed to be some Memphis shit, right? And they killed Young Dolph. And it was supposed to be, you know, murder for hire. 40,000, they say. This is not what I'm saying. This is what Google and, you know, the story is saying when you go on Google. They're like, they're supposed to pay the young boys 40,000. But they only got 800? Oh, hold on. Not one, not two like the Wu-Tang, like one for you, one for me. Two for you, one, two for me. Three for you, one, two, three for me. Like don't try to play me like I got a flower pot head. And I know I'm going light up top, but don't try to play me like I got a flower pot head and I'm being funny, but I'm not. So they're supposed to get 40 grand to do the deed. Yet you only got $800? Like, not a band on some Remy Ma shit. I shot my best friend over a band. And, no, not a band. 800? What? Can you repeat that again? Not a band, 800. From 40,000? And even 40,000, I'm not saying that that's worth it. But maybe it was to them, and maybe that's why they took the hit. Because you with me in the pictures, you with me in the videos and VIP, you your entourage, why you want to kill me? You jealous? You're not getting paid enough? You feel I got the spot that you should have, but you didn't put the work in that I put in for it, yet you feel you should be in the position that I'm in. And when you look at it from that perspective, you say, damn, all right, these niggas is, they get some people that's close to you. That's why I quoted the Nas. Watch the niggas that's close to you. Make sure they do what they supposed to do, because you know they thinking about smoking you. Never personal. Nowadays, it's the ways. Some niggas see you, spot you when you think you want a low, ain't hard to spot you. You swore to keep it real after you blow. Like, do I gotta play the record? Know what I mean? Like, that album, that song is better than a lot of y'all niggas' catalogs, better than a lot of your favorite rappers today. That album is a classic, right? After already coming out with the first classic, Illmatic. That's just me. And I got Nas as #1 for those that's just tuning into my show. You're not really familiar with Popovich TV. I understand. Nas is the best, right? You hire the young, dumb niggas. And I say like this, right? As a youngin', right? Looking up to certain people, as Nas quoted on Street Dreams, and you worshiping every word these rope rocking niggas gave you, like all of the big willies who you thought was big wheels and the drug dealers, etc. And it's not for everybody, because everybody don't value the street life, the street culture, the shit that go with that. And I'm older now, so I don't have no hang-ups about saying I did look up to certain people from my neighborhood that was the mans in them. They was controlling the streets. They was controlling the blocks. They had control of the killers because they was using their brain. And it's like, nah, the killers is with me. I'd get you killed for 100 grand, for 10,000. I'd get you killed for 5,000, nigga. Watch your mouth when you talk to me. I did look up to those individuals. We wanted to emulate them. We wanted to be like them. And this is a full transparency channel. We did shit with them. So I can totally relate to these young dumbass niggas. Say you think you're gonna get 40,000, but you only get 8,000. And like myself and the niggas that ran with me, some of my codees, some of the people I come up with, under the people who was over us, right? Like Don Corleone, you under us? They're like, nah, go rob the number spot. Go rob these niggas over here. They holding a couple of things in here. Go get them niggas. Okay, cool. Because we want to prove to you that we about that life. We want to prove to ourselves that we can roll with the big boys. Then you go do the jukes, right? You go do the deed. You get away. You get a couple of $100. They keeping the bricks. They keeping the thousands. And you looking around like, damn, I just risked my whole fucking life. I just put it on the line and show these niggas I'm down. That I'm about that. That I'm really, you know what I mean? Like that. But you only get the scraps. You only get the crumbs. Then it happens again and again. They keep using you and they using you. Dumbass. It's like they was using me and my niggas, right? Whether you going to jail for it and you going to jail now, all you can, or you get killed. They don't really care about that. They just using you. They about it too. That's why you trying to impress them. That's why you trying to get in their good graces. Because they really about that. And I'm not glorifying it. When people is putting in pain, people is killing other people, people is putting out hits, and they playing God like from in too deep, and you think you LL, you think you putting out the hits. Some niggas is living like that, right? Some niggas is still living like that. But I'm just talking about on a personal level, from where I come from, the lynch mob era, right? 142nd and Lennox. Nah, you, Lee, y'all niggas, y'all go book them niggas at the number spot, they gonna be holding. Oh, word? Oh, niggas is holding? All right, we gonna see. And you gonna go run up and you gonna do X, Y, Z. Then when you get back and it's time to divvy up the bread, it's like, nah, y'all niggas is under us. We told y'all about that. Y'all not as old as us. Y'all not as in-depth as us. Y'all little niggas. So you get little nigga crumbs. And that's what they did to them. That's what they did to them. They tricked them out of their freedom. You kill Young Dolph, right? And people could say, he wasn't an angel. He was in the streets. Some people say he was selling bud. Some people he was doing other shit. And I don't know all of those facts. What I do know is he got gunned down in broad daylight outside of the cookie shop, right? Niggas gunned him down, blazed his car up, blazed the whole shop up, and he dead. And he dead. There ain't no coming back. And once the lights go out, they don't come back on. This ain't a flick you ain't gonna come back on. You're not that strong, and you knew it was wrong, but you asked for it, baby. Like, he's gone. He's never, you hear his sister, she online, like, you know, no matter how y'all view him, you know, he was a father, he was a brother, he was a son. All those things are true. Yet they duped the young niggas like, yo, we gonna give you 40 grand. Take him off the shelf. He gotta go. We gonna look out for you, and you're gonna be lit after this. You're gonna have a high position. You're gonna be looked at as one of them niggas that did something official. Yet you really just did some bozo shit. They just duped you out of your freedom, and they used you. Not to say that they couldn't have done it, because the niggas we did shit for, nah, they would have done it. We seen them do it. I seen them do it with my own eyes. Like, oh nah, them niggas is killers. These is them niggas. As far as that. Again, not glorifying. So when they say, yo, you rocking with us, we need you to prove yourself. Do X, Y, Z. You say, oh, no, of course. I'm with y'all. I'm going to do it. You do it, then you don't get what the compensation is worth. And you say, damn, niggas is using me. Niggas is manipulating me. Niggas don't really give a fuck about me. They just for self. They just trying to get whatever it was out of the deal or why they got you to do it. And now, not only is your life going, Young Dolph's life is going. And a lot of people revered him. A lot of people looked up to him. A lot of people say he was a good person, you know what I mean, outside of the rap game, etc. And he might have been all that. I don't know him personally, so I don't know. And in fact, prior to him getting murdered, you know, I didn't know about him. Just like a lot of rappers that we talk about on the channel. After they got murdered, or some drill shit, or retaliation. You hear about them doing some dumb shit. You say, damn, never even heard of this person. But in their town, in their city, they was the man. You find out, oh, nah, people was rocking with this person. They had a movement. People revered this person. And you say, damn, they was killed in a savage way. You know what I mean? They was killed, gunned down in an execution style, vicious way by people that look like them. And so you hear the brother say, I'm the biggest. Sound like some Rick Ross shit. Huh? You the biggest at what? You about to, soon after they read the verdict, and you rarely see this happen. You rarely see this happen. Coming from a person that been on, you know, inside, been to trial, copped out, took pleas, you know, in and out of the prison system, and know plenty of people that been in and out of the prison system. You rarely see. You rarely see. Just to be clear, after the verdict is read of you being found guilty, they give you life. No, they say, yo, sentencing is a month out, 2 weeks, come back. Nah, they sentence him right there. As soon as when the verdict was read, you hear the female judge like, life. You get life. Martin Lawrence, you know what I mean? Like Eddie Murphy, you get life. You gonna eat that cornbread, Negro? Because you ain't going nowhere. You gonna be right here on that yakisobe and that chili con corn line, and nobody gonna be around. That's the other side, right? You get your props, like Nas said. You know, props is a true thug's wife. It's like a cycle. Some will come home, some will go in, do a bullet, come back, do the same shit again, from the womb to the tomb, presume the unpredictable. Guns bust rapidly. That's the ritual. Like, you going away forever. You 21, 22, 23. You're not even coming home at 50, 60, 65. And then we think of K.O. Smitty, who was my big brother, you know what I mean? No doubt, the quote, when we think of K.O. Smitty, unfortunately, he got 50 years in. For those that don't know K.O. Smitty, if this is your first time tuning in, we appreciate you. K.O. Smitty is a dear friend of mine. I met him in 1997. You know what I mean? Fresh from Rikers Island. Comstock was my first stop. And at that time, he had 24 years in, was about to go to his first board on a 25 to life for popping the cop, right? Allegedly. All these years later, from 1997 when I met him, he's still in prison with 50 years in. And he in his 70s, late, health declining. And he went to the board in August, and they hit him again. You don't go home. You don't pass go. You're going to die in here, and you're going to leave in the body bag. So you just starting out, 21, 22, 23. Where is the props? Where is the satisfaction? Where is the, people saying he was doing it for clout with these quotes? I'm the biggest, and whatever he said, the biggest cheese. Bro, that's not a flex. And it ain't even gonna hit you, right? Like right now, they hit you with life. You can't even fathom that. And I don't know about how the Memphis, prison system is, because I've never been to prison in Memphis, right? Only in New York State. 4 or 5 years later, when we check in, he ain't gonna have that same tune. He gonna be singing a whole different tune. Like, damn, yo, I should have never copped out. I should have took a plea. I should have, got the L off. Because the life, that's the done. They make you become a resident of Queens when you got life. 20 flat, 25, if you young, I'm not saying it's easy. I did 13 and it was hard. You got 20 years, 25, but you in your 20s, you keep your nose clean, you mind your business, you get some trades, you learn some shit. You could come home and still have some life if the Most High bless you to live that long. But it's the life that keeps you. When you 50 now, when you 55, when you 60, when you 63, when you 64, when you 67, you say, damn, I've been in here all these years. You know how many people I've seen come and go? And I've seen people come and go on my little time. Like, damn, nigga came in with a 1 to 3 to 4.5, or 2 to 6, or whatever it is. Nigga come home, go to shop, do Willard, come back. I'm still on my time, and you coming back because you ain't figure it out yet. Those are the ones that when you going up for that layup, and you going to the law library, you going to the movie night, you go in the commissary, and your mom's die, your grandfather die, your sister die. You know what I mean? Somebody is real sick in your family, and you can't get to them because you locked up for life. Then it starts to become clear. Peace and blessings, a kiss on the check-in. Then it starts to become clear, like, damn, I fucked up. I took a life when I didn't even have to. And they was offering me 40, but I only got 800. Not half, not 10 bands. And what Drake say, 10 bands, 50 bands. Fuck it, man, 100, man. Let's just not even discuss it, man. OMG. They duped you. The niggas you looked up to, the Yo Gottis or the people that was involved. Obviously, his brother got killed. And that's who they saying is involved in the, the skirmish between these two cliques and organizations. And then his brother died. People saying, he offed his brother so he don't go to jail. And I don't know if all those things is true or not, but I wouldn't be surprised when you put the beat on, we looking with the side eye like, You know what I mean? If I knock this nigga off, I'm going to be free. Because these niggas are stupid and they got caught doing some dumb shit they shouldn't have been doing, or they went about it wrong. They didn't listen. And now we got to clean up the mess and cut off all ties so we don't go to jail. Streets don't love nobody, folks. Streets don't love you. They don't think because of your stripes and who you killed and what block you claim or what set you repping. They don't care about that. If you think that, you a fool. You a fool. They don't care about those things. So that's what I got to say about the young Dolph. And we still got more people left. He was just the first domino to fall, and he fell on the sword, had to put the statement out. I eat cheese or whatever. I don't eat no cheese. All right. Let's check back in 10 years. Let's check back in 5 years. Let's check back in 3 years. When you're like, damn, I still got 22 more years before I go to the board. Yeah, 22 more years before I even get to go in front of the board and say, yo, I feel some type of remorse. I fucked up. I was on drugs. I was out of my mind. No, come back in 22 years and see what they talking about. Let's get to this shit, though. Let's get to speaking of the prison system, speaking about, justice or not justice, right? Because it's not only the people that do the crime that have to suffer the consequences. Here in America, and this is America, don't catch you slipping, police be tripping. It's a story coming out of Missouri with Marcellus Williams. And his sister's on. I seen a few clips of her talking to a lot of the TikTokers and people that have a lot of social media influence. And she's definitely a Democrat party. She with the Democrats, make no mistake about it. But first and foremost, condolences to her and her family. Rest in peace to the brother. And he was a Muslim brother. And I follow, Islam to the best of my ability. I'm not perfect. I do shit. You know what I mean? May Allah have mercy on him. May he forgive him for whatever sins he may have done, whatever transgressions he may have crossed. And in the hereafter, where he's at now, may it be easy for him. May he get a pass, right? May he get the Jannah or heaven, for those that don't know the terminology, right? But his sister came out, and she mad at the TikTokers, the millennials, the Gen Zs, people that's, spreading the news and start spreading the news. You leaving today, you want to be a part of it, but you quote some shit and you misquoting. And that's why I don't be quick on my channel to, as soon as some shit come out, you got to be the first one to quote and say shit. One, we're not trying to be the first. That's number one. We're not trying to offend. We're not trying to be, clout chasing. We not. That's not who I am. That's not the cloth that I'm cut from. I'm gonna call a spade, and it just is what it is. And we either gonna be wrong or we gonna be right. But what we not gonna do is be the first and say some salacious shit just to get y'all to tune in. Or what Lee gonna say today? What Popovich gonna say today? What Major? We tuning in? Or he gonna be drinking? He gonna be off the? Let's see what Major's got to say. No, that's not gonna be my stance, because I have integrity, because I have I have values, I have morals and principles, and we're not just gonna be getting up here talking about people, even though they famous and they in the public eye, just to be saying some shit. Now we definitely gonna say what we think. We're not gonna run from nobody. We're not gonna run from no topics. We're not gonna get up here and be a little shaky, a little nervous, a little shaky, a little nervous. Now we're gonna address everything head on, and I'm gonna call a spade and how I see it. And if I'm wrong, then you could jump in the comments. You could be like, nah, Majors, nah, Lee, nah, Popovich, nah, whoever, you was wrong on this. This is what it is. And then I'm gonna look at what you said. I'm gonna fact check it and say, oh, nah, you definitely was right. I was all the way wrong. With that being said, the brother Marcellus Williams got executed, I think yesterday or the day before or 2 days before. And I did pull up the story because I wasn't familiar with the story till I started seeing it trending on TikTok. And I am on TikTok now. And y'all know before, a couple months ago, maybe like 3 months ago, I wasn't on TikTok. I ain't enjoying that shit. But I did join, right? And this is what we got. Okay, cool. Here it is that from the top. Was an innocent man executed in Missouri, right? We're just going to read what Google got to say. It's not what I'm saying, it's what Google was saying. And a lot of people are talking about it now. And again, his sister, condolences to their family. She came out, she mad. And I'm not saying she don't got a right to be mad. She mad at the TikTokers and people who's saying, Kamala Harris could have did something, the Democrats could have did something, and nobody could have did nothing. I mean, Nikki P, what's the word? Like, only to my knowledge, again, I studied law while I was locked up. I took a couple of law library classes, and I did work in the law library, and I did help some people with their appeals, little jail shit, not no big appeals to get nobody home, not gonna cap, right? A lot of people can't read or write in prison, and I was one of them at first. Got my GED, took my ABE and all that. Y'all know what I say on the channel, right? Anyway, I worked in the law library, and I helped some people do their little appeals and shit. So I do know a little bit about the law, especially the branches of the law, executive, judicial, and all of those different things. What parts of, the law works, etc. So anyway, to my knowledge, the only people that could have stepped in and overturned or intervened for this brother was the Missouri state. You know what I mean? It's not Kamala Harris. It wasn't going to be nobody from, Pelosi or Chuck Schumer or nobody in the Democratic Party could have got on the phone and said, hey, listen, this guy is innocent. Don't execute him. Don't do that. This is why. It's a Missouri issue, and that's who ruled, and that's what they ruled. Whether they right or not, I don't know, because I wasn't aware of the situation. But this is what Google says, right? Marcellus Williams was executed by lethal injection, so I guess they gave him the needle. At first, when I first seen the story, I thought it was electrocution, but it wasn't. It was lethal injection. Mike Parsi was the governor of the Missouri Supreme Court and the U.S. Supreme Court all refused to save his life. Let me make my phone a little lighter. It's a little dark. Prosecutors and the victim's family urged that he be spared based on the DNA evidence showing that Williams was in fact innocent. The legal stopgaps from preventing such a tragedy all failed, underscoring a gaping hole in American criminal law, a mechanism for ensuring that people possessing proof of innocence do not lose their lives or liberty at the hands of the government. On August 11th, 1998, I was in Elmira then, right? Felisa Gale, a former reporter for the St. Louis Post-Dispatch, was found stabbed to death at her home inside St. Louis. Forensic evidence found at the scene included fingerprints, footprints, hair, DNA on a butcher knife. And I'm not trying to be funny or be dramatic. This is just props. This shit that I have for my background. If you're watching on YouTube, I got a lot of shit. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is, right? Williams was nonetheless convicted of murder based on two jailhouse witnesses. Two jailhouse witnesses who say Williams confessed to them in exchange for their testimony against Williams. Both secured a reward money and shortened sentences in their own cases. In addition, 6 of the 7 potential jurors who were black were stricken from the jury pool, right? So you say, we've seen movies, right? If you're not familiar, you don't like Law and Order, you don't like 24 Hours or 48 Hours or these different programs on these, various networks. When I've been to prison a few times. I've been to jail when I've been to prison. And because of that, I know that when I'm in the bullpen and people is in there, you waiting to be arraigned, you waiting to find out what's going on with you, who gonna be your public offender because you don't got the money for a real lawyer. You breaking the law, but you don't got no money. And you know what I'm gonna quote next? Noriega. You hate the law, nigga, break it. I don't care, but when you get caught, remember that. I don't care. I don't care. Your family don't care most of the time. Your friends and your comrades and your homies, they don't care most of the time. You break the law, you get caught, you in the system now, you going through the system to be processed, to be arraigned. Some legal aid pop up for you, some aid, some lawyer that's a shit lawyer, and they got a whole big caseload, so they really just want you to cop out. When you in them bullpens, niggas is talking about their case, how they got locked up, where they got caught at, who was the CI, who wasn't the CI, somebody telling on them, all of these things. And, people are talking. You bored, you in there, you waiting to see the judge, you waiting, to find out again who your lawyer, things like that. Are you going to get bail? Are you not going to get bail? And you surrounded by dirty white boys and Ricans or some Beanie Siegel shit, not trying to meet the sergeant at the precinct, eating cheese sandwiches down for the weekend, locked up with dirty white boys and Ricans, right? And oftentimes, even in the precinct, I was in, like I said, I'm not an angel. In the precinct for the car was driving. I had borrowed one of my homies' cars and shit. I was going to do something. My license was good, but the insurance and the registration on his car was not good. I ended up passing the checkpoint. They pulled me over. I didn't have my seatbelt on, so that's why they pulled me over. So that's totally my fault, right? Didn't have my seatbelt on. They pulled me over, run my license. My license is good. Run the plates, run the insurance, run the registration. That's not good, but it wasn't my car, but I was behind the wheel. They locked me up, took me in, like, yo, we gotta, run your fingerprints, see if you got any warrants, and woo, and And obviously I got felonies under my record. While I'm in the precinct, you know what I mean? In the Bronx. Somebody is in there for murder. He got the white suit on. Horrible murder. I guess somebody got stabbed up. It was with a knife. Stabbed up, so I guess he had blood on him, etc. He got the white suit on. I'm in there for like 4 hours waiting for them to do my fingerprints, waiting for them to show that I ain't got no warrants. And listen, it's just this car's not even mine. Like, you know what I mean? We got insurance, we got, etc. But you got to go through the system. You got to go through the process. They started calling people out of the pen that we was in. And the person that did the murder, allegedly, he was in there with us in the jumpsuit with the slippers on, the foam slippers, etc. He wasn't talking or doing none of that, right? Finally, it's my turn. Officers call me out, the detectives. They're like, yo, the dude with the white on, is he saying anything? Was you talking to him? Nah, I wasn't. What's up? Well, see if you could talk to him. See if you could get him to say what happened. See if you could get him to recant what took place with the murder. Because he's not talking to them. He's not saying anything. Zero, zippy, zilch. These are the tactics that they use. From the precinct to the bullpen, the Rikers Island and all that. When you in there with other convicts, when you in there with other criminals, people that's waiting to, see the judge, etc. So when you hear about this case right here with the brother Marcellus Wiley, I don't know if he said anything to these individuals or was they lying? Because people gonna lie like, oh shit, I'm in here for some bullshit sale and I'm a dope fiend, and you know what I mean? How you dead broke but got a dope charge? And some Rick Ross shit, you dead broke but you got a dope charge because you a fiend and you a fucking dope head. But you in here with us, and so you fishing for information. Where they caught you at? Did they have a CI? Did somebody telling you? Did they catch your phone? Did you make a direct sale? Niggas is in there talking. The jailhouse lawyers is going. You in there for hours, and I'm only dragging this on, and I'm pointing it out for the people that never been in the pen. This is some of the conversations while you in there waiting for your cheese sandwich and that bum ass Kool-Aid that they gonna give you, right? And so they saying that he told them he did what he did. And for their cooperation, they get a lesser sentence. They get a reward. We don't know if he was telling the truth. Some people lie. Some people do talk about their case openly while other people is there. And not only are you in one pen and one cell, but it's a cell next to you. It's a cell next to you. Sometimes it's a cell across from you. So you telling your business about your case, which you shouldn't be, and niggas is listening. Then when it's time for them to go to their lawyer or they get called out to the DA or whoever, they say, yo, there's somebody in cell 1 and they in here for a crime or a murder or a robbery. I heard him talking about it to somebody else. This is what he said. A word? See if you could go back. We're going to send you back in there. Let's see if you can engage him. Let's see if you can get some more information out of him. And if you can, then we're going to let you out. Because you only in here for a direct sale, a bum-ass bundle sale, a bum-ass, sale. You in here for some bullshit. We can really let you out, but you got to do this for us. Now you got niggas in there asking questions on some private eye, some investigative shit to try to get you to, say what it is, what happened with you, so they can get out. This is what takes place if you didn't know, and now you know. Let's continue. 2015, which was 9 years ago, the Missouri Supreme Court stayed the death sentence. 2 years later, then Governor Eric Jurinchin granted Williams a reprieve just hours before his execution. Based on new DNA testing from the handle of the murder weapon, numerous scientific experts concluded that the DNA did not have belonged to Williams. So this is DNA testing. He didn't do it. That's the best thing you can have in your favor. Tia Frago, what's the word? The best thing you can have in your favor is DNA testing. People saying that. You can say one thing and they're not going to believe you. But when you got DNA testing, forensic evidence, that should cover you. It should be enough to get them to at least give it a second look. So it says, DNA did not belong to Williams. The attorney, the DA appointed a board to investigate Williams' request to permanently commute the sentence to life in prison. But when Parsons, that's who was the person that ultimately gave the decision to execute the brother, Parsons assumed the governorship in 2023. He immediately disbanded the board before it could be issued a final report stating that it was time to move forward with the execution. Meanwhile, upon learning that the knife had been contaminated by a former prosecutor who handled it without gloves, this is another thing that happens, in prison, whether it's a urine analysis, whether, it's a knife or a murder weapon, things have to go through their proper channels. The people who ultimately comes to the crime scene, we dust it for prints, you put it in the bag, you document it, who you giving it to, that person, who they received it from, where is it going. The chain of command can't be broken. And a lot of times, these officers, because they're human, fuck it up. So even if you are guilty, you can't get off on the technicality if your lawyers in them is on point. Like, nah, the chain of custody is broken. What happened to the sample between this person and that person? Got a whole couple of days or a whole couple of hours because they didn't log it. Y'all could have did anything. My client is innocent because for 2 hours, where the fuck was the samples at? Where was the DNA? Like, you get what I'm saying? Where was the murder weapon at? Of course y'all could have doctored the shit. And they do that. Let's be clear. Let's not act like our government is the sweetest of the sweetest and the sweetest taboo and they do everything by the book and they would never. No, they plant evidence. They go after the people who they think did it, but they can't prove it. But they, oh no, we know you did it, so we're going to plant the evidence. So I can go up in rank. So I can get that bonus. So I can pay for that vacation time. So I can pay for them new jet skis that my wife been on my ass about. So I can send my son to college. We're going to make sure that we, flip you niggas, if you will, for my career enhancement. Anyway, meanwhile, upon learning that the knife had been contaminated by a former prosecutor who handled it without gloves, the St. Louis County prosecutors offered Williams and Alfred a plea, whereby he could plead guilty without admitting to the crime. Missouri Attorney General Andrew Bailey and the state Supreme Court both blocked the deal, and Parsons later denied his clemency request. On Tuesday, the Supreme Court refused to stay his execution. Statistics confirm that the disturbing facts that America executes innocent people, and that in many cases their convictions were tainted by racial precedents. According to the Death Penalty Information Center, at least 200 people were sentenced to death since 1973, were later found to be innocent. So that's 200 people. This is America. Don't get you slipping now. Police be tripping now. After they were retired, with more experienced counsel, different juries, and access to specific evidence. According to the National Registry of Exoneration, moreover, as of 2016, judging from exonerations, innocent black people, but you're black. Innocent black people are about 7 times more likely to be convicted of murder than innocent white people. This ain't nothing new. I'm not shocked and amazed as I read this. I'm not extra mad. And again, condolences to his family and rest in peace to the brother. He was a Muslim brother. May Allah have mercy on him. But I say that last thing, but I say, I'm not overly mad because I just read that, black people get it the worst. So this is nothing new. Not to me. I've been on the inside of the prison system. I've seen officers do shit they had no business doing in order to make it look good for them. Not surprised at that. Not surprised to hear certain things because this is what they do. Especially if you're black. What you think? You're not going to get this work? No, you're going to get this work. What in place under the law to stall or even stop such injustices? Not much. Although the 8th Amendment of the Constitution bans cruel and unusual punishment, the Supreme Court held in 1976, a year before I was born. Hold on one second. Yo. Thought y'all was gonna holler at me and call. I still about got like another 30 minutes maybe. So y'all gonna be waiting for a little minute, but if it's cool, it's cool. Alright. So I'm gonna hit you in a second. Anyways, folks. I'm not surprised. This is what they do, unfortunately. How can we combat this? Obviously, you need people in the justice system. You need people who care. This is why you have the Legal Aid Society. This is why you have lawyers and, you know, people that's just coming into the system who hasn't been, you know, what's the word I'm looking for? Jaded or desensitized from cases like this, where they want to fight for the person that don't got the money for a real good lawyer. They want to comb through all the evidence and say, nah, this person is being railroaded because of their skin color or because the system is fixed and rigged to get them. Rest in peace to the brother. Condolences to his family. Again, his sister is mad at the people on TikTok for saying Kamala Harris could have did something, for saying the Democrat Party could have did something. No, they couldn't. And I'm in the middle. I'm not Democrat, I'm not Republican. Only people who could have did something is the people of Missouri, and it is what it is. And then even some backlash to the people on TikTok is people blaming Trump. Oh, this is what he want to do. He want to get the officers with immunity, and maybe he do. But this ain't his fault. Oh, he hired the judges. He appointed the judges. They're conservative. What's wrong with being conservative? It's just another branch or ideology of the government. You know, Democrat, Republican, independent, conservative, liberal, progressive, like, you know what I mean? All the terminologies that they use. It ain't nothing wrong with being conservative. Conservative mean you're not with a lot of the fuck shit. You know what I mean? You ain't with all the extra curriculum. It's like, nah, man and woman, or, you know, certain things, this is what we stand on. We're not with the extra liberal shit. We don't want all of the progressive thinking to come into what we doing. When they have a right to think that, they have a right to view things through that lens of conservative, and to be quite frank and to be quite honest, if you were of a certain age, you know, you've been, you know, around for a little while, you had your fun, you did certain things, you probably are more conservative than anything else, believe it or not. When you look at some of the issues that separate us. And, you know, lastly, I'm not an aficionado on politics, so I don't pretend to be. You know what I mean? Let's get to this shit. Got a couple more topics. We've been on for a little while. Let's get to this shit right here. Let's get to Cardi B, right? Cardi B, Offset. She just recently went viral, telling all her business. You told Harpo to beat me. You know what I mean? And where's she at? She right here. I believe I saved her talking. A lot of women thought she ate. A lot of women is cheering her on. And I'm looking like, this is not what you should be cheering on. It's definitely not what you should be cheering on. Because it looks bad.
To me, and you will never equate to me. And it's crazy that I even let you even play with me for such a fucking long time. Because you're not even a real right nigga for me. I make you look good, nigga. Fuck you. Look at the bitch I'm fucking. Fuck you.
What?
I don't care.
But you do.
Look at the bitches that I'm fucking. I'm a fuck. Oh, your ups. I'm a fucker. Matter of fact, oh, look at this. I don't want to see it. So what? You was gonna fuck them anyways, nigga. All you gotta do is get fucking drunk. And that bitch is gonna throw you that pussy.
Oh, they are?
For 2,000. Bitches gotta survive out here. Bitches gotta survive out here, nigga.
They do?
Oh, now I'ma fuck them bitches. Now I'ma fuck bitches. Okay, you could do that. You was gonna do it regardless. You go to a club and you probably get drunk. You give them bitches 2,000 and you was gonna fuck them regardless. Them hoes gotta survive.
They gotta survive.
These hoes is hungry out here.
They hungry?
We in a recession, baby.
Are we?
Them hoes gotta get fucked. They gotta get paid.
My
that.
ears.
I don't care.
Oh, my ears.
I don't care.
But you do care.
Or I'm a watch what I'm gonna do to you. Watch what I'm this, that, blah, 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 blah. You already done it all. You already done it all.
I seen it all, done it
You
all.
already done it all.
Been it all.
You done it all. You done it all. You done it all. Nothing surprises me anymore.
Listen, folks. Or should I say, where the ladies at? Where the ladies at? Where the ladies at? This segment right here, this topic about Cardi B, you're not probably really gonna like what I'm going to say. And it's not a men against women. I just feel like you do care. That's number one. You definitely care. That's why you went on live. You could say it's a tit for tat. He being petty, so I'm gonna be petty. And like Michelle Obama say, when they go low, we go high. But we know a lot of people online say, nah, when they go low, we go to hell. We pettiness, we the petty king, and we the petty queen, we the petty auntie. You putting your business out there for people that they don't really care about you. They don't, care about your well-being. They don't care about your relationship. They don't care about your kids and how they're going to view it years later. Because you can't take this off the internet. Once you press record and you put it on the internet, that's not even her page, but that's somebody who screen recorded it. It's being shared. It's out there for public consumption. You can't never scratch that off the internet. Only way that goes off the internet is if the internet goes away. And chances are the internet not going away. That's going to be there. So your kids get to see that, your husband cheated, their father cheated, you cheated, while you was pregnant, allegedly. He paying $2,000 for women to sleep with him, even though that sounds a little disingenuous because you was a dancer at one point in time. I seen Cardi or Tropicana or Suze or whatever it was back in the days, right? This is the yesteryear before Bodak Yellow or, whatever the song was, Bloody Shoes. That was years ago now. Like, that shit was years ago. You know what I mean? And she had some hits after that. But she not who she probably thinks she is now. And I get it. Offset ain't, the Migos ain't at the top of the food chain no more like they used to be either. And even in her rant, and I didn't watch the whole rant, I seen clips from other people's channels and pages. She even was like, she kind of insinuated that her and Takeoff did something. This is her words, not mine. They ain't capping. We don't want to say nothing salacious. We don't want no scandals. We don't want to be sued even though we don't got the money, right? This is what she said. And she like, he was the realest out of y'all, taking shots at Quavo, taking shots at Offset, obviously. And I say, how befitting or how convenient it is for her to use Takeoff. Because he's deceased. He's gone. He can't say, bitch, you're lying. I never popped them cheeks. I never try to holler at you because she painting him in a bad light. Because even if she like, yo, we did something, even if she wanted to and she pressed the issue, for him to do that on his man, that's foul. It's foul. It's like, nah, my nigga, you fucking my wife. You fucking my bitch. And even if not wife, like with the real title, even wifey. Because it's unsaid rules like, side chick is a side chick with niggas. Like, if she your side chick and everybody know your wifey and we know, what I mean? Now, if you been with the side chick and she been around for mad years and niggas know that you got a side chick, then it's like, all right, she off limits too because y'all been together for mad long. She only fucking with you. We know that. She been to events on the low. You know what I mean? Your lady may not know, but your fellas know. Then you get the pass. Like, nah, I ain't gonna fuck your side bitch because she been around. But like, if you got multiple side women and you fucking multiple chicks, and we know who your wife is or your wifey, then the side chicks that's free game. Cause I hit a bitch, you hit a bitch, next thing you know, he fucking a bitch and you just pass it around like a cold on some Biggie Small shit, right? And I'm saying that to say she like, yo, she insinuated that they did something. And I said, he not here to say, nah, we didn't do anything. I didn't press you. I wasn't flirting with you. I didn't view you in that light. You was my man, girl at the time when you became his wife. I had joints. I wasn't viewing you like that. You're lying. He can't even defend himself. So that's foul. Why she ain't say Quavo? Because he's alive. he gonna be like, Cardi, you're lying. You fucking lying. You a lying bitch. I ain't trying to fuck you. And, you know, you hear say, yo, he less than me, you know, maybe because I make you feel less than, you a lame, you ain't got no integrity. But you push not 1, not 2 on some LeBron James shit, not 3, I know, like, not 4. Like, you gonna win 7 championships, but you only win 2. You pushed out 3 babies by the nigga. So if he wasn't shit, he was a piece of shit, he was a lame, he been playing in your face on some Tony Ayo shit, then why'd you get with him? Why'd you open up your box and give him something that you can't get back? Why'd you marry him? Was it a career move? Was it the D was good? You know, I say it's, you know, and I like Cardi B. I don't like all her songs, but I do like her, right? I say it's because that's all you could have got. That's all you qualified for. If you could have got somebody bigger, better than him, more status, more prestige, more principle, more of value and moral type of individual, then you would have got with him. They would have got with you. You got who you could get. And that's the reality. You can run from it. You can dread it. But destiny arrives all the same. And y'all always getting divorced. I know Uncle Murder, every time he about to do the wrap up in 2024, I ain't gonna lie. Since 2020, since Cat Williams came out with that interview with on Shannon Sharp, Club Shay Shay, and he like everything gonna be revealed and all lies gonna be exposed. This has been a hell of a fucking year. Hell of a year. He gonna have a great wrap up if he decide to do it again. But if I'm not mistaken, they was on a wrap up for 2023, 2022, 2021. Then she like, y'all, and I'm not even messy. I don't want the next nigga that get with me, so she say, to think that I'm messy. And a nigga may want to fuck. Nigga may want to see what them Cardi B cheeks is like. See if that WAP is hitting. Wet ass, but you know what I mean? Like, but that don't mean they want to fuck with you long term. That don't mean they want to marry you. That don't mean they want to, you know, be out in public with you and introduce you to their mama. And I'm not saying she a bad person. She like, yo, I'm a real person. I'm a real gangster bitch. And you Apache and you want a gangster bitch? You want a gangster bitch. I got a gangster bitch. I need a gangster bitch. It sounds horrid to the ears, even for a nigga like me that been in the streets, right? When you hear women like this, to hear women talk like that, my ears. Fuck you talking about? Are you putting in any work? Are you doing anything criminally? So what the fuck you mean you a gangster bitch and you thorough? What does you mean? You crazy? Like you don't know? Like what do you mean? Then you claiming he ain't a street nigga, he may not be. Right? May just be a rapper. You still open your legs. Still put them behind your back or your forehead. Still has you bent over sideways. Still spit in your mouth while you're being graphic. Scorpios for you the pest. Come on, Cardi. You look crazy, crazy, shit crazy for you to be on the internet talking about your husband, your baby father. And I know they have some back and forth. He like, yo, you know, checkmate. You know, you my baby moms, and we divorced now. Ain't we playing with her? I guess gaslighting her, you know what I mean? Or, you know, whatever the terminology is, to get her in her feelings. The next nigga, if he do want to get with you and he see, you know, it's not the first time. It's not the second time. It's not the third time. You've been online for a long time talking about Offset. You know what I mean? Like, y'all been going through shit back and forth. And, you know, all the ladies, the Tamara Braxtons, the Cash Dolls, the other women that was on her live. And I think she had like 97,000 people on her live. Oh, I'm so happy she got her power back. I'm so happy that she woo and Y'all happy that she putting all her business out there? That everybody and their mama know what's going on between her and Offset? Y'all happy about that? Or are y'all just being nosy and being messy and really on the low, y'all laughing at her? You looking at her with the side eye like, you know what I mean? Got that plastic body. You ain't never coming out with no more hit records. Y'all goofing, y'all clownballing her. Because how could you not, right? How could you not goof and clownball her when she doing shit like that? It looks corny. It looks crazy. We get it, you know what I mean? And you're like, hey, you know, you paying these bitches, and you used to dance, you used to strip, and yeah, maybe it is a recession and people do gotta eat, but you acting like they don't want to fuck for free, cause he's Offset. You know, it's just wild crazy, and that's why you're supposed to keep your business offline so you ain't gotta go through all that. You know what I'm saying? You don't want your business out there like that. Let's get to this last quick thing before we talk about the NFL Week 4. Let's get to this shit right here. I think I saved it. So WhaT 100, you know what I mean? He had some words for Cam. He had some words for Dame, and he tagged him. And he like, the content of how y'all using a word is based on how we hear the word. When you continuously saying pause after every other word as if you keep dick on your mind. Whoa. What are we talking about? You know what I mean? What are we talking about? Hold on 1 second. We live, we rolling, we unscripted, but we also was live and rolling on YouTube and Instagram. So I guess after every hour or 40 minutes they cut you off. He like, as if you keeping dick on your mind. Like, shit sound crazy. Like, I'm reading WhaT 100 words, you know what I'm saying? That means it was difficult. Why say pause after that and incorporate a weird thought into something that has nothing to do with a dick? Now, I'll say this, right? I fuck with Dame, I fuck with Cam. Obviously, they from Harlem. Dame, if you're familiar with Dame, you know, he is on record of saying he got the pause button. You know what I mean? That's why WhaT 100 put this shit up. He got the pause button. And I was with my uncle over the weekend. Like I said, I lost my grandfather. You know what I mean? So, you know, I got family that's down here. We getting ready for the funeral. Unfortunately, you know, death comes unexpectedly. And we from Harlem, me and my uncle, who I'm talking about, but we grown. He almost 50 and I'm in my 40s, right? And I never played the game. Although at certain points in time, when you hear people say things and they say, yo, pause or whatever, I have laughed about it. I have giggled and joked about it, you know what I mean? But I never was like, oh, I'm never one to be like, oh, hey, yo, oh, pause. I never one was to you know, to play that game. I may laugh at somebody else and making fun or whatever, but I'm not the one to initiate because, you know, it's just silly to me, right? As a grown man, right? Heterosexual man. I'm not thinking about no bisexual men. I'm not thinking of men and what they do, and I'm not definitely thinking, like he said, no eggplant. But Dame is on record of saying, yo, you know, it was a game we used to play, and they the inventors, and you hear Cam and Mace all of the time saying pause and pause this and pause that. In fact, on a recent video, you got Cam with the pause hat on, and he talking about getting the key to the city and how he didn't want it. He got the pause hat on, etc. My thing is this, right? Like, I get what WhaT 100 is saying in the sense of, if it's two straight men talking, I'm talking to you, you talking to me, we not gay, we not down low, we not hiding from our identity. You say some shit, and for you to constantly say pause after taking the workload off, or was a heavy workload, or a heavy load, or that beat went hard, or nigga went hard on the song, or whatever you could think of that they play the game with. You do gotta ask yourself, like, damn, like WhaT is saying, like, well, why after every little sentence, if you heterosexual, the men you talking to is heterosexual, why you keep saying pause? Why you keep saying some you know, bringing it to some gay shit, right? And I get it, and I'm on his side with that. Although I also understand people playing and making fun and, you know, just joking around with the fellas. But when you say, when you close to 50, because the Cam is close to 50, he in my age bracket. Dame is definitely, you know, in his 50s probably. You niggas is old. I mean, and again, I rock with both of them. Mace, you old. Talking about Jay Prince being close to 60, still talking some street shit. You know, after every sentence, it's a pause, and Pausellini. That's why I really brought it up. You know what I mean? My uncle, I had never heard this terminology before. And again, he almost 50. That nigga had me dying laughing. He like, yo, Pausellini. I'm like, what? Pausellini? I never even heard of this. I'm like, yo, Dame and them will be proud of you. Like, I don't know where this came from, who made this terminology up, but them niggas would be proud of you because you like, oh, Pausellini. Pausellini, you know what I mean? Like, he was flipping and bouncing and on some funny shit. And I'm like, y'all niggas is crazy, you know what I mean? Like, I just never really got the game, although, again, you know, at certain points in times, I thought it was funny. You know, WhaT 100, he be looking for viral moments, if you ask me. You know what I mean? What we talking about? We talking about a lot of shit. We about to get to these picks. Week 4. I told you, Bombs, Giants yesterday, right? Yeah, kid, that feeling. We took the Giants yesterday. We put a little something on them. 1 pick. You know what I mean? 5.5. But what we talking about is WhaT 100. Talking about Cam and Dame and how them niggas is grown men and when is pause enough? When you gonna stop using the word pause, right? And I agree with him. As a person that never really played the game, I laughed at it. I thought it was funny every now and then, but I never played the game. And I thought it was like, you know, Jada said, you know, a real man don't gotta say no homo. And I agree with Jada. A lot of people gonna take WhaT 100 because he from the West Coast, West Side. And, you know, he always be like, yo, stay out of Cali business, stay out of West Coast business. So a lot of niggas from the East Coast is going, you know, they going to ride with Dame, they going to ride with Cam. And a lot of people play the game. Let's just be clear, right? A lot of people play the no homo game, pause. So they going to look at him like, yo, you know, why you worrying about New York business? Why you worrying about what other grown men is doing, etc.? Stay over there with it. But I agree with him, you know what I mean? When you close to 50, when you in your 50s, and you still playing those type of games, I get it. It could be funny, you know, giggly, you know what I mean, Pausellini. You know, I just think it's funny. But let's get to the picks. You know what I mean? Oh, speaking of Dame real quick, this last tidbit before we get to the picks. So Dame just where is it at? I think I saved it. Right here.
This was filed by New York State. Jay-Z's statements to the press have poisoned the environment for the ocean. He has claimed that he has a termination right under the Copyright Act and that the rights of reasonable doubt will revert to him in 6 years. In fact, he has no such termination right, and RAF is entitled to renewal term, which is now 67 years, meaning it will own the copyrights until the year 2098.
That's a long time.
Not 7 or 6 years.
Wow.
Given Jay-Z and RAF's actions, RAF is complicit by its inaction in pushing back such false statements. So that was filed by the state. And that means that, in fact, Homeboy does not get his rights back completely in 6 years or 7 years or whatever was promoted. This was filed by...
Alright, so that's one in the books for Dame. Like, yeah, kid, that's a victory for him. He called out Earn Your Leisure. He called out the Breakfast Club. He called out a couple of other different platforms that, you know, was saying what Hope was saying to try to discredit the auction and the Rockefeller chains and, you know, the 33% of, you know, the Reasonable Doubt album and, you know, all the Pacifics and the legalities and all that. You know, y'all could go Google the shit, but I'm happy for him. I'm happy that he won. You know, his business is out there. The Source magazine, you know, they put up a post on it. He commented on it. Like, we appreciate you for putting out the information the same way they was putting out the false information. We appreciate you putting out the real information. So anybody that was seriously considering buying the, you know, the percentages of, you know, Reasonable Doubts, you're gonna have that for longer than 5 years, 6 years, 3 years. You're gonna have that all the way to 2098. That's a long time. That's a long time. So it's a big win for him. I know he's happy. As you can hear him say, like, homie, you know what I mean? He ain't calling Jay by his name. He like, homie, you know, whatever they try to do, they try to 52 block the auction or discredit or, you know, minimize what he was doing. He like, that's false. And the New York State came out and said, nah, this is what it is. This is what it is. So that's a big win for him. I know he happy. And hopefully he get to, you know, get what he want out the deal, which is selling his, you know, 33%. I think it was reported that yearly is making him like $1 million a year, but he owe $8 million in taxes, and then he owe a certain amount to child support, you know, baby mama drama, you know, them you know, booking him for his money, etc. And the state want their money, so it definitely does them justice to say anybody that was thinking about buying this so we could get our money, Jay-Z is lying or it was misinformation. This is what it really is. So if you want to buy and own a piece of Rockefeller, you good until 2098. That's a long time. That's 67 more years. He was saying Drake allegedly, maybe kind of, sort of, want to buy it. And then you had, you know, the smart guy, had him on my channel. You know, shout outs to him. We did the interview. He like, nah, Dame should keep the Rockaware chains. Keep the shorts on. Come out and, you know what I mean, shit on niggas and do what he do. And that video got over 110,000 views, you know what I mean, a lot of new subscribers. And before we get into the football picks, let me just say, I appreciate all the new subscribers on YouTube. We live on Instagram and we live on YouTube right now, but in the last 2 weeks, we jumped over the 2,500 mark, and hopefully in another 2 weeks, we get to the 5,000 mark. We was hovering around 16 and change, 17, because of that interview I did with the smart guy. You can check out that interview. And I still got more from that interview that I haven't put up yet. The subscribers been going up on YouTube, and we humbled by it. Obviously, I think my channel was deserving of it. We for the people, we authentic, you know what I mean? We that feeling, and I think we should have 1 million subscribers, but one step at a time. So shout outs to everybody that's new on the channel, you know, on YouTube. We appreciate you, and we just cracked the 2,500 mark. Hopefully we get to the 5,000 mark real soon. Let's close out the show with the picks. NFL Week 4, you know what I'm saying? And while we do that, you know what I'm saying? Winner chicken dinners. Song by my nigga Rich Famous. Great Fire. You know what I mean?
Famous. Winner, chicken dinner, money long clicking. Those who do it daily, one-on-one popism. Cooper, Grey, got the fire bass lit up. Hit the band line in the air, throwing signals. Winner, chicken dinner, money long clicking. Those who do it daily, one-on-one pop.
Winner, chicken dinner. Let's get to it. Week 4, just so we clear. Last week on the locks, we went 3-3 for the season. We are 8-10. So we under 5, no, correction, we 8-12. So we 4 games under 500. Last week we went, just for transparency. Last week we went, we had a bad week last week. I'm not even gonna lie. Had a bad week last week. We went 6-10 out of all of the picks. Out of the locks, we went 3-3. Hopefully this week, I think we got them. I'm feeling good about the picks that I'm going to give y'all. I feel good about the games this week. You know, a lot of times in these recent years of the NFL, going to 17 games, a lot of teams don't play their players in the preseason. So, like, the beginning of the season is a fill-out. Players ain't playing. They just starting to play. They learning new systems. You know, whereas before, when it was 4 games preseason and only 16 games regular season, by the time the season starts, week 2 or whatever, you can get a grasp or a good feel for how shit gonna go. Not so much in the last 2-3 years, 17 games, teams are not playing their players. So week 1 is really a preseason game. Week 2 is, you know, you just getting your feel and your rhythm. Same way for the bettors and how Vegas is going. No excuses, but nonetheless, let's get to the picks, and then we're gonna close out. And again, by the way, we had the Giants last night with the 5.5. Some of y'all may have Dallas. with the 4.5. So depending on when you jumped in on the bet, you might have lost, you might have won. We won. We had the Giants 5.5, and my brother Bombs on the check-in. I was in his crib last night listening to some beats, and I was telling him, yo, take the Giants. I don't know if he bet or not, but we took the Giants. All right, first game. New Orleans Saints on the road at Atlanta. Saints getting 3. Atlanta's at home coming off that Monday night game against Kansas City. And we had Atlanta last week with the 3.5. Turned out to not be a good pick. Obviously, Kansas City won. We had Philly against the Saints last week. We had Philly as a lock. That was one of the 3 wins that we had. We went 3-3 on the locks. Philly was one of the picks. This is the divisional game. Saints look good first 2 weeks of the season, coming off their first loss. Kirk Cousins and them coming off a primetime game, a loss to the defending champs. This spread was, just so we clear, the spread opened up at 3.5. Now it's 3. If you like Atlanta, take the spread now while it's 3. If you like the Saints, wait maybe till Sunday till more of the money starts coming in on either team and take them at 3.5. If the spread goes to 3.5, I like the Saints. If the spread stays 3 and under, I like Atlanta. So my pick is Atlanta. Derek Carr, you look good. Kirk Cousins, you still look a little shaky, a little nervous. You still learning the system. You coming off an ACL strain or injury. But I think Atlanta's a good team. I think they will probably make the playoffs. I like the offensive line. I like the running backs. I like the wide receivers. Raheem Morris, been an NFL coach before. Not a lot of, great success unless he was the coordinator or the defensive coordinator. I don't think the Saints is as good as we thought they was in the first 2 weeks. So I'm going with Atlanta minus the 3. Next game, Cincinnati at Carolina. Carolina coming off a fucking ass whooping, or they gave out the ass whipping to the Las Vegas Raiders. And they started the Red Rifle, Andy Dalton, who was the quarterback, the franchise quarterback of the Cincinnati Bengals. Cincinnati Bengals, they lost last week. Who they lost to last week? I know. Washington. Monday Night Football was a doubleheader. Monday Night Football. Washington spanked them boys. They spanked them boys. The defense looked bad for Cincinnati. Joe Burrow had a good game. He did his part. 3 touchdowns, no turnovers. He was efficient with the passing, ratio. But they still lost, and they lost. What was the final score? Just so we clear. Bengals lost 38-33. So they put up 33, yet you gave up 38 to a rookie, to a Washington team that's, we don't know what they're going to be this year. Now you on the road at Carolina. Carolina got their first win. I think Cincinnati Bengals will win. I like Cincinnati to cover the 4.5. It opened up at 5.5. The money is on Cincinnati money line and minus the 4.5. We on the Caesars. We on the CBS Sports app. 70% of the money is on Cincinnati, but I like Cincinnati. I think they're the better team from top to the bottom. Was it an admiration for Carolina Panthers to beat the Las Vegas Raiders? Yes, I do think that, and I think this week they lose. Next game. Los Angeles Rams at Chicago. Chicago giving 3. They both 1-2. Los Angeles Rams. We had the Rams last week over San Fran. Full transparency. We didn't have the Rams winning straight up. We're not gonna lie about that. But we did have them with that 7.5 or 7. Some of y'all might have had 7. Sean McVay, the Wiz Kid. They always beat Shanahan. They always beat the 49ers. So I thought the points was boss, and we was right. But they won outright. Give me 10 more minutes. I'm in my closing section about football. I got you. So y'all can move if y'all want. And then just text me where you at. Give me 10 more minutes, though. We on the football picks. Sorry for the wait. Yeah. Like 10 minutes, yep. Text me where y'all gonna go. All right. We had the Los Angeles Rams this weekend. The spread make me look a little like, y'all just coming off beating San Francisco 49ers. Y'all was at home. You was the underdog. Now you on the road against the Chicago team that's just coming off losing to the Colts, who we had the Colts last week. That was another victory for us, even though we did bad last week. Giving 3.5 is telling me take the Rams. It's begging me to take the Rams. And y'all know I think sports is scripted and rigged. So on this one here at home, although I think Matt Stafford is the better quarterback, they both 1-2. I don't really like taking this pick, so it's definitely not going to be a lock or nothing like that. Because everything is saying take the Rams. The Rams, to me, is better. But why is Vegas saying that Chicago is not even a 1 point, not even 1.5, not even 2, a full 3-point spread? I mean, that's a field goal or better. They're saying Chicago going to win. I'm going to have to go with Chicago. I know a lot of people is on the Rams, like I said, 77% with the spread and 54% money line. So that means we going to try to get some extra money on this money line by taking the Rams, and that makes me a little shaky. Next game, Minnesota Vikings, the Purple People Eaters, they 3-0. Got Sam Darnold out here looking like, you know what I mean? Looking like that guy playing against the Green Bay Packers. Malik Willis is looking good as well. Won the first 2 games without Jordan Love. Jordan Love may come back. Right off the back, I'm not going to complicate this. This was a tough game. I'm not going to lie, but I like Green Bay at home. I like the home dog. I like the home slight favorite. They're going to play again in December, if I'm not mistaken, around my mom's birthday. Capricorn stand up. I think Green Bay get the win. I won't be surprised if Minnesota does win. But is Sam Darnold going to go 4-0? Woo! If he is, I'm going to bet against him and bet that he don't. And I don't mind losing betting against him. I don't think Sam Darnold is going to go 4-0. The Minnesota Vikings defense looked good. Offense looked good. And last week they beat Houston. We had Houston. That was one of the locks. They was given 6.5. And that was a bad play. They got their ass whipped 34-7. Houston was at home. Now Minnesota's on the road, getting 2.5. I'm going to go with I'm going to go with the Green Bay Packers. Next game, Jacksonville Jaguars at Houston, who we just was talking about. Houston is given 6, damn near a whole touchdown. Houston is 2-1. Jacksonville coming off that. Ooh, y'all got the ass. Y'all got your ass handed to you. Like, did not tell you not to come in this house after curfew. Like, Josh Allen and them spanked them 34-0 or whatever they beat them. Let me check. 47-10. Like, ooh, whipped the skin off their ass. Now you on the road playing against Houston. The public is on Houston minus the 6, 72%. And they also on Houston money line, which is minus 270, 94%. That does give me a little cause for pause. I like Houston, but I'm going to go with the Jacksonville Jaguars. I got to say, are they that bad losing to Buffalo? Is Houston as good as Buffalo? Although they got Tay Diggs from Buffalo. I think Houston might win. Money line, are they going to cover 7 points on a team that's desperate, a team that laid an egg on national TV in front of everybody? I'm going to have to go with the Jacksonville Jaguars. I'm going to go with the points with that 6 points. I'm going to have to take the 6 points. Next game, Pittsburgh at Indianapolis. Indianapolis is a 2-point home dog. Pittsburgh, another team that's undefeated, looking like Justin Fields looking good. Run, Ricky, run. You got Mike Tomlin, that defense. You know, J.J. Watt, his brother. You know, they're looking good. Pittsburgh is looking good. The offense still trying to catch up, but the defense is looking good. They're looking like a a Super Bowl contender defense? Will they be a Super Bowl contender defense with Justin Fields at the helm? Is Russell Wilson going to swoop in, week 6, week 7, or whenever his calf muscle heals up? I don't know. I don't think Pittsburgh is going to go 4-0. I don't. I won't be surprised if they win, but I'm going to go with Anthony Richards. I'm going to go with Taylor. I forget the runner, Taylor something. I'm going to go with Jonathan Taylor, the running back. I think Pittsburgh is susceptible to the run game. If Indianapolis want to win this game, they're going to need to run the ball. We don't need got a few more people joining us at the end of the show. Goddamn Salsa and so listen. Sorry if I said that wrong. We live on YouTube and we live on Instagram. We about to close out the show. We on week 4. We doing the picks as we do every Friday night. I don't know if Pittsburgh gonna go 4-0. I won't doubt it. Could they come in there and confuse Josh Richardson? Can he throw a couple of interceptions and look bad? Of course he could. Coaching, who's the better coach? Of course it's Mike Tomlin. He's one of the best in the league, and he's been the best. You know what I mean? We last week we went 3-3, so we didn't lose no money last week if that's what you call wrong. And we just warming up. The year's just starting. Last year we did hella good, so I get it. Last year don't count right now, but last year we did hella good. Anyway, I'm going with Indianapolis at home. I think they win at home. I think Mike Tomlin and them take their first loss, and then that will get the public back to looking at Russell Wilson. Should he be starting? Should he not be starting? And I think Indianapolis go to 2-2. Denver at the New York Jets. Jets looked good last week. We had the New England with that 7.5 at the Jets Thursday Night Football. Aaron Rodgers looking pretty damn decent. PDD coming off the Achilles. Played San Fran, played Tennessee, was looking a little shaky, a little nervous, a little shaky, a little nervous. The last week they spanked New England as they should. I thought they would win the game, but I didn't think they would cover the spread. This weekend, Denver coming off the win, and an impressive win, I might add. Who they beat again? Denver. They looked good last week. They clean. I had Denver last week against the Buccaneers. They won 26-7. Baker Mayfield, you woke up dangerous. You got your ass whipped. This weekend at the Jets, that the spread was 5.5. Now it's 7.5. I don't like that. You know what I mean? If it was 6.5, that 7 number, everybody's on the Jets. But a good amount of people is on Denver too because of that win that they got. I think the Jets defense hold a rookie down. What's his name again? Can't think of his name. The rookie for Denver. I think Aaron Rodgers get better. I think the receivers adjust to his cadence, how he calls the plays. I think they keep getting better and better as the season goes. And also, I'm looking towards Aaron Rodgers them to go deep in the playoffs. One, he got hurt first game of the season last year, and also him and Kirk Cousins. Russell Wilson on the outside. They're the oldest quarterbacks in the league now. This is going to be a new young league. All of the Bo Nix, that's his name. This is a new wave of all of the new young quarterbacks. So Aaron Rodgers, you get it done this year. Maybe next year, you out of here after that. Kirk Cousins, you coming off the Achilles heel. Maybe you do something with Atlanta this year, not win the Super Bowl. Get to the playoffs for Arthur Blank. And y'all know I think this shit is scripted and rigged, by the way. You're going to probably make the playoffs after that. You out of here. I don't see you really lasting that long. I see they ushering the new young quarterbacks. So just keep that in mind for Aaron Rodgers and as the season progressed. But I was leaning towards Denver with the 7.5 because I didn't like the spread moving over 7. But I'm going to go with the New York Jets. Next game, Philly at Tampa Bay. Last week we had Philly. That was a lock. That was a money pick. We was right about that. Tampa Bay getting one at home. Philly's banged up. Tampa Bay's banged up. Philly is getting one at home. This is also a rematch from last year's playoffs. So it is that motivating factor of the playoffs. And playoffs, don't talk to me about the playoffs. I just hope we can win a game and another game. I know the famous quote. We only in week 4, so the playoffs is a long way out. However, I'm sure Philly is thinking about playoffs and how they lost last year and how Tampa Bay and Baker Mayfield sent them niggas up out of here. I don't think that's going to have a factor in this game. I think the public is on Philly, and they are 55% minus the 1 and 80% money line. I'm going to lean towards the Bucks. I think the Bucks could beat them again at home. I don't see the Bucks losing back-to-back at home, even though they did lost to Bo Nix. I think Philly losing. I think Philly is going to struggle, just like Dallas Cowboys. You know, that this division is going to, nobody's going to run away with the division. I think this is going to be a close, tight division. I got the Bucks winning. A couple more games and we get to the locks and then we out of here. Next game, Washington at Arizona. Arizona 3.5. I don't like that hook, but 3.5 point favorites over Washington. Another rookie, Jordan Daniels or Jalen Daniels, looked good against Cincinnati on the road. Second game on the road, back-to-back. Arizona coming off a loss. And we had who they played last week? We had the Lions last week as a lock too. So even though my guys making fun, that was one of the locks that we had. We had Philly, we had Detroit, and who was the other lock? We had 3 locks that hit last week. And that was one of them. We had Detroit over Arizona Cardinals. This week here, I like Arizona, and I like Arizona to clean this week. I think they showed the rookie in Washington. Y'all did good against Cincinnati, but back-to-back weeks on the road against a good team at home. I think Kyler Murray and them boys, I think they spank. I think the game is a high-scoring game, and I think Kyler Murray and them spank Washington Redskins. They're not going to look nothing like they look on Monday Night Football, mark my words. Next game, we got New England. New England at San Fran. San Fran is a 10.5 point favorite at home after losing to the Rams. New England is trash, I'm not going to lie. 10.5 points is a lot. They had the mini bye playing on Thursday Night Football. That's why I like the Jets too. Teams that play on Thursday, then you don't play Sunday, then you got a whole 10 days off. You get to rest your body. You get to come out. You know, I think San Fran will win the game. I think New England covers the 10.5 point spread. Next game, Cleveland at Vegas. Cleveland is giving 1.5. Vegas coming off that horrible loss to Carolina Panthers. Cleveland coming off the loss to my New York Football Giants. You bum ass niggas. Like Deshaun Watson, you looking bad in these streets, I'm not gonna lie. This is an ugly game. I'm not gonna be betting on this game. But I still do think Cleveland is the better team. So I'm gonna take Cleveland. Next game, Kansas City at the Chargers. Chargers, they no Justin Herbert. They're going to have the backup, Chad Henne or whatever his name is, Heineke. Division rival game. Kansas City 3-0, one of the undefeated teams. A lot of their wins, they just been pulling it out. Adams is out. Yeah, I like Cleveland. Even Adams want out of there. He want to come to the New York Jets. He want to come play with Aaron Rodgers. I don't know if he's going to get that. I like Kansas City to win. I like Jim Harbaugh and them to keep it close. I'm going to take the points, even though that's probably not a popular bet. 63% is on Kansas City minus the points, and 94% minus the spread. So that always gives me cause for pause when I see the public jumping on a team like it's a guarantee. Nothing is a guarantee in sports. Sunday Night Football, Buffalo at Baltimore. Baltimore got their first win over Dallas. That was the other lock we had. Baltimore, Philly, and Detroit. Those was the 3 wins, and then we had 3 losses. But we had Baltimore last week. Baltimore, they giving 2.5. Lamar Jackson, Derrick King Henry going against Buffalo. Buffalo looked damn good last Monday Night Football. Now you're getting 2. It's kind of like forcing you to take Buffalo. Because how could you not? They undefeated. They playing well. But I got Lamar Jackson. I think that win propels them to start winning. Buffalo can afford a loss. Not that they want to lose, but I think they can afford a loss. So I'm going with Baltimore. Monday Night Football. We got Tennessee at Miami. We don't know who's gonna play for Miami. Tennessee is trash. They 0-3. They one of the teams that don't got no wins. I like Miami. We liked the Miami as a lock last week too, and Seattle spanked them niggas. My guy Muta on the check-in. Carton, what's the word? I think Miami win at home -1. I think they could win at home. Last game of the slate, Seattle Seahawks getting 3.5. They undefeated. Geno Smith. They're looking good without Pete Carroll. They on the road at Detroit, -3.5. Monday Night Football, another doubleheader. That 3.5 got me pause for cause because it's like my guy Gray on the checking like Atlanta, Cincinnati, Chicago, Green Bay, Jacksonville, Jets, Bucks, Arizona, Cleveland, and Baltimore. Damn, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That's a 10 pick. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That's a 10 pick. $10 on that is $6,400. I like Detroit. I don't think all teams that's undefeated besides Kansas City, I don't think they win. I think Detroit wins the game. I think they cover the spread. Here go the locks. Not from Yonkers. The locks to get you and me the winner chicken dinners. I got Arizona. I got Green Bay. I got the Jets. I got Atlanta. That's not going to be a popular pick. I got Cleveland. And I got Baltimore. Once again, got Baltimore, Cleveland, Arizona, Jets, Green Bay, and Atlanta. $100 on that, $48.41. Y'all know the slogan, winner, chicken dinner. Even though I bet parlay with that $100 on a 6-pick to try to get them, I also separate the games so that you can win. That's how you really win. When you betting parlays, unless you betting $10, $20, $30, one loss on your parlay is dead. You have no chances of winning. If you do a parlay or two with the strongest teams, then you separate them. If your hunches is right and your teams is right, you got a chance of winning because you separated the games. You possibly still could come out as a winner on Sunday. So that's what I got for y'all. Y'all know who it is. It's your guy, Popovich. Y'all was just tuned in. Popovich TV. We live, we rolling. We unscripted, we authentic, that feeling. Back up in here, one more game. Yeah, kid.